Ryan Reynolds said, no, we're not doing any more Deadpool. No way. That's it. We're done. Well, I don't know how true that was, because there's a rumor going around now that Deadpool and Wolverine could have a sequel, or I guess a fourth movie in the franchise overall. Is that something that should happen? Is it something that, is maybe a cash grab? And I saw in the comments and people say, well, everything's a cash grab. That's not true. Everything is made to make a profit. Everything is made to make money. But a cash grab is, in definition, you're just doing it to make money and you're not trying to do anything creative. So if you're saying that everything's a cash grab, that is incorrect. Everything is made to make money, which is true. A majority of stuff is made to make money. So is that one of these things? Or is there actually, with the addition of making money, is this also going to be something that can be creative, push the story forward? Is Marvel getting desperate and just trying to get wins? We'll discuss that and a lot more. To start out, it's myself and Roxy, and Brett says he's going to join. Fingers crossed. It's the show. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Kristian Harloff Show. It is Tuesday, and joining me is... Uh-oh, what happened? What happened? What'd you say?
What happened for you?
Nothing.
Oh, I've been texting you.
Oh, you did?
I didn't get any of that. It was just me solo in a room.
You're all by yourself now in a room.
I was solo in a room with no audio and couldn't see you or hear you, and I was like, oh, maybe.
That's weird. I don't know why that happened. Well,
did you? Are we live? Did you do an intro to the show?
Yeah, I did the live intro.
That's great.
I don't understand what happened. I don't know. See, this is what happened when Brett's not here. It messes up the whole thing. You can see everything now, though, right?
Okay, let's get started. And then I was just alone.
Oh, well, not anymore. You know what I think it is? I think that right now, you see me and you on the screen, right?
Yep.
Oh, then I don't know what happened, Roxy. I can't tell you.
Okay.
I don't know. What I can tell you is this. I can tell you that how about last week where you had such a good run with Mike and it looked like you were going to do it, and we're like, there's no way. Well, you actually didn't say this. I did, and I'll give you the props here. I said there's no way that Steph and Brett are going to do it, and then Steph was by herself. I said that's going to be tough.
Where was Brett?
I don't know where he was, but we'll find that out, I guess, later. The same reason you're not here now.
Yeah, no, I thought she could. She's like the most likable person anyone has ever met.
Totally,
so.
but traditionally she hasn't. Her shows have done decent, but like she hit the 100 question club. That doesn't happen often.
So great.
Yeah. So
I was very happy for her.
Roxy's trying to get her first win.
I haven't gotten one.
No,
but that's okay. I think that's the people just saying what they want.
No, that's not true. 80 something last week was wonderful. But we've got a lot to talk about, Roxy. There's tons of stuff. There's TV stuff to talk about. You've been doing the reaction stuff, and I've been kind of getting, when it comes to movie reactions, newer into the game. I watched Smile yesterday.
I still haven't seen it.
Well, so I'm going to see Smile 2 tonight. So I figured, might as well see the first one, find out what's going on. And if I'm going to watch it, I might as well do a reaction to it. So my friend Tina came in last night. We did it. It'll be up actually at 3 p.m. right after this is over. It's going.
How was it?
I enjoyed it. Yeah, the begining of the reaction is
creepy.
It's creepy. Posters. It's creepy. One of the and that's a mild version of it. There is a moment in the reaction that is one of my favorite moments of anything I've ever done. Tina has seen the movie. This is the first time where I've never seen something and someone else has. Like Sam hadn't seen Deadpool and I had. So first of all, she shouldn't even said that she saw it because every single thing that she didn't remember anything.
No, that's like me. I don't remember anything.
She didn't remember anything. She remembered like one or two things. She didn't remember anything. Might as well have been wine. I'm not convinced that she saw it. Anyway, there's one part she almost leaps out of the chair, and it is hilarious. And she's like, and I said, that's going to be replayed. Are you going to
clip it out?
It opens the video.
Are you going to clip it out?
See, I need you. I got to steal you from the Real Rejects. Have you run my social media? You should start doing it.
Listen, would be happy to join. There's room for rocks both places.
Maybe. We'll negotiate.
I'm so excited with how much I'm growing their social. It is like been so awesome.
This has been something you should have been doing a long time ago. Not just for them.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love social.
It's something you should be. That should be a gig that you do with the addition of being a great actress. You should do for sure. You should run social media.
I found a little thing that I enjoy, and it genuinely brings me joy. I love finding the trends and filming those things and editing them. I really like.
You're very good at it. You're very good at it. It was almost like I was mad at myself that I didn't think of that for you already when you were doing it. So yes, you should have been doing that 10 years ago.
Greg pitched it to me, and I said no when I started there, because this is what happens when you have imposter syndrome, and you're just like, but it can't be me. He was like, I want to hire you to run our social, and I was like, but I don't know how to do that. And he was like, I really feel like you do.
He's right. He was 100% right.
I've been running AfterBuzz's socials for years too, but I was like, I don't know. I hate letting anybody down.
Yeah, I know,
but you're not going to. It'll be fine, and if you suck at it, then we'll move on.
100%. Yeah, I had so I did his podcast with him. Actually, he started a podcast.
Oh, you did it.
I was there.
Okay, how'd it go?
Great.
Well, I'll be watching it very soon and doing all clip outs.
I'm sure you will.
We can collab.
Yeah. Went great. I love talking to him, and I even said it inside of the I wouldn't say an interview. It's a conversation that we're both so damn busy that we would like to be able to, and plus the fact I'm in New York, and we'd love to be able to spend time talking and saying, how's everything going? And when we do normally on the phone, it's business and it's quick, and we talk for 15, 20 minutes and we got to jump. If we were able to, this is the way we were able to actually talk for about an hour.
Was he at Real Rejects, or did he go to where he usually films?
He was at his house. He stayed there because he didn't want to drive to Hollywood. So I was like, yeah, don't.
Because you weren't going to be there anyway. Yeah. Have you been to that studio that he
films
great. Out of? Oh my God.
Okay.
It is insane.
That's great.
They call it something, I don't know, some at Los Angeles, the biggest concrete jungle. Oh. It is in the heart of Hollywood with every single type of plant and tree and forestry. You feel like when you're there, you're dropped in the middle of I don't know where. It is so weird. It is so beautiful there. I'm like, there's no way that there's shit and piss outside here on the street.
It's the original name of the studio was called Shit and Piss Studios.
Well, just what Hollywood be like.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's the worst. We talked about a lot of different things. It was good. I enjoyed it. Okay, we have things to talk about, Roxy.
Like what?
Well, the first one is the main topic, and let's get into it because it's a good one. The rumor is that Marvel Studios is planning a Deadpool and Wolverine sequel, which could be contradiction to what Ryan Reynolds has been saying. This is, though we're not sure if anything is officially in development, Marvel Studios is said to be discussing plans for a direct sequel to Deadpool and Wolverine. Mark Cassidy writes, though this will hardly come as much of a surprise after the movie's incredible box office success, we're hearing that Marvel Studios is planning a sequel to Deadpool and Wolverine. The project is unlikely to be in the development stages, but Scooper My Time to Shine claims discussions are underway. Sean Levy's superhero team-up is now the highest-grossing R-rated movie of all time and is actually still breaking records. After debuting on digital platforms on October 1st, Deadpool and Wolverine became the best R-rated movie of all time in its first week of availability domestically. The movie also passed Avengers' $622 million domestic haul to become the fifth biggest comic book movie ever in the U.S. and climbed higher in the ranks of the highest-grossing movies of all time worldwide. Having officially grossed over $1.31 billion globally, Deadpool and Wolverine passed Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom to become the 21st highest-grossing movie ever. Though we are expecting the Merc with a Mouth and Logan to join forces again in Avengers: Secret Wars, a direct follow-up to Deadpool and Wolverine was probably inevitable, given these numbers. Both Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have expressed interest in returning during interviews, but were careful not to suggest anything was actually in the works. So Fandango's tweeting stuff out, yada, yada, yada. I think, is there anything else there? In addition to Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman in the title roles, Deadpool and Wolverine, we'll see. No. Okay. So you see this, Roxy, and, as they write, the obvious thing is that, you do $1 billion and people are going to want to see another movie.
You make money, you make more.
Correct.
You make money, you make more.
Correct. But the question I have of this, and as I said in the opening of the video, was that why are you doing it, right? Did you always have the plan that you were going to continue? Obviously, the money part of it is the obvious answer. But like the question is, do you have it in your mind? Because this is the thing, when you have a connected universe, you have to say, all right, if this does as well as we want, how will it connect if we do another one? Because we did this multiverse thing, and where do you go from there after that? Do you do this before Secret Wars? Because you got to close out the multiverse at some point with Avengers. So is it something that comes afterwards? Do they go back and kind of do it more small scale with the two of them now having their adventures together? How does it work without just being? Because what I said was, someone said in the comments, well, everything's a cash grab. And I said, that's not true. Not everything is a cash grab. Everything is made to make money. Cash grab is, by definition, is something you were just trying to make money for, and it's a cash grab, and you're running away from it. There's no quality involved in it. That's what the definition of cash grab is. Trying to make money is.
Is that true? What the definition of cash grab is?
Yes, a cash grab is something. What it is? It's not a cash grab. What the term means is that you really have no. You're not trying to make anything of note.
I completely agree with you. By the way, I just don't know what the technical definition is. Let's see. Cash grab is greedy attempt to make money, often without regard for ethics or consequences.
Right. So that's what. So when people say, well, everything's a cash grab, that is incorrect, because everything should, especially in big budget stuff, is intended to make money. But if you're just doing a cash grab, that means that, as you read just now, it means like, who cares if it's any good? People will just watch it, just make it. Well, who cares? Put them in there.
Well, the truth is, like, are there really any cash grabs anymore, considering the fact that we have so many more movies and so many more shows than we used to have? There's too many options for studios to really be doing cash grabs anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think that,
like, we just saw Joker 2, right? It's not enough that the first Joker made $1 billion and them to be like, yeah, we should do a Joker 2. Obviously, that's not enough, because you're not going to make money, and what that movie lost $150 million.
Something like that, maybe even more. We'll report on that in a second too. But like, it was, well, that's a question. Could you argue that Joker 2 was indeed a cash grab? We don't know, because
I don't think so. I really don't think.
Well, the only way
to be a cash grab.
Well, we don't know. The way that I say that is because imagine if the conversation was.
We do know.
We don't know. We don't know if the studio said. If the studio says this, if the studio goes, "Hey Todd, we want you to make another one," and he goes, "Well, I don't really. There's no story for me really to tell. We don't. Yeah, but we want to make money on this. We want to be able to do it. We want you to do something. We want you and Joaquin to just do something." So, well, there's no other story to make. And they're like, "Well, we need you to do it." In the studio, I don't think Todd Phillips was necessarily going for a cash grab. He was going to make whatever movie they're going to give me money.
But that's the thing, Kristian. If it is a cash grab, then the studio has their hands on every part of it, and they didn't.
Right.
That's the whole argument, is that Todd Phillips had 100% creative control over this. So how could that be a cash grab?
It's true. We're more leaning on the side that you are correct here, but because I don't know the full story of it. I'm
not saying that it worked.
No.
Just, I don't think the intention behind it was.
I don't think so either.
Always the intention is let's make money, but I don't think that was the sole intention. I think clearly Joaquin Phoenix and Todd Phillips were like, ooh, yeah, we got something here. And the studio was like, maybe try this. And they were like, no, this is what we're doing.
It's just a question, because it's like that's a longer conversation. But I think that when it comes to Deadpool and Wolverine, it's similar, I guess, to Joker 2. It's like if Disney's like, wait a minute, the other things that we're trying to put out here, and Captain America ain't screening well. We made $1 billion with this movie, and everybody, look what it just did on digital. This thing is a hit. We got to make another one. That's when you start getting into that territory of, what are you doing?
I don't disagree at all, except for the fact that when we watched Deadpool Wolverine, there did seem to be references that would indicate that they might have thought we could possibly do a sequel.
Sure.
Like, I don't think that they went in being like, for sure, this is going to get a sequel, but it did. There were a few different moments, and shout outs to like, you're the one and only Wolverine, like leaving the end of the movie a little more open-ended for a sequel, as opposed to making something more finite. I feel like they had it in the back of their mind that it could be potentially there.
Yeah, it's true. And I'm just so curious of where it lands, right? You know,
what's going on in your head right now?
Where it lands.
A lot going on.
No, I just don't know where it lands. I'm wondering, as far as Marvel Studios goes, as far as Disney goes, where does this go after Secret Wars? Like, does it land before it, afterwards? If they're going to do another one, because and as I said before, if they do, because we're all hoping that Secret Wars ends the multiverse. They've said it enough that it's going to end the multiverse. Well, then if that's the case, then what's the Deadpool movie after that? Is it just another like a buddy cop movie with the two of them running around together? Will people want that after the success of how they, it became this whole big thing? So where does it go?
I don't know. It's interesting too, just in terms of Marvel. I was talking to our mutual friend DJ Woldridge about this on OSA this week. Like, they have completely set up Young Avengers without announcing any Young Avengers projects, and you would think that would kind of be a natural next place for for Marvel to go, but there's no intention of doing that. So I feel like they do right now. They have their master plan, and then they've got their projects that they're not sure, but they're gonna figure out how to stick into their master plan and like shoehorn in to make work.
Right.
So Deadpool Wolverine, Annihilated, maybe wasn't originally in the master plan to do a second one, but they're like, what are we gonna do? Not do it because we have the rest of our slate? No, we'll just figure out, it will go somewhere, and it kind of lives in its own little space anyway. So yeah, but I don't know. We're not in the conversations, obviously.
Yeah, and it's also, remember the conversations that you and I had on this show about there's rumors that Channing Tatum was going to get his own movie. There was, as Gambit, there was rumors that
wasn't a rumor.
Yeah, it was.
That was a movie that was happening.
No. I'm saying since Deadpool and Wolverine came out.
I was going to say that was.
No, it's part of the plot. It's part of the plot. No. I'm saying afterwards, there's now potentially him, Wesley Snipes, doing another Blade movie, and if that's like, where does that all fit in? It's like, that's what I worry about when it comes to this stuff, because it's like, oh, it was a massive big hit. Now take everything from there and the plan that we had beforehand, scrap that, or just move those things around and let's just go with that. And it might not be the wrong move, but it does seem like the panic button. It's like a panic button.
No, I don't feel like they're panicked right now. I feel like they're excited. We had a movie. It did gangbusters. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll do another one. We also have a whole different slate of things that we're leading up to. And keeping in mind that this actually is not my preference, but I do think they've got a grip on it. Like, everybody knows at this point and hates that I say this. I was team reboot. Okay, we did what we needed to do. We got to our end game. Now let's reboot for the kids. Reboot for the kids. Not what they're doing, because they're still like, we have a lot of juice to squeeze here. We've set up a lot of characters that we haven't seen fully pay off. We have a full-blown plan on what we're doing with the next two Avengers movie. Now that we've gotten rid of Kang, we've fully announced what the next situation is with Dr. Doom. Like, they clearly have a plan. I don't feel panic from them at all. I feel like, all right, let's kind of keep with what's working. Let's add some things in. I feel like, honestly, kind of more of a calmness from DC right now. Of course, we feel a little bit of panic after the Joker movie, but even from them, I feel like the tides are turning a little bit here, and everybody's finding their roots and their bearings.
I know, it's weird. I feel the opposite. I feel that because, well, let me say this. If it's Kevin Feige that has decided, no, Deadpool and Wolverine 2 was always part of the plan. If this thing did well, we have it mapped out. It's part of the plan, as you say, and there's a calmness to it because we know exactly where we want to fit it in. Then I'm with you. Then I agree with you. If the studio was like, hey, Kevin, listen, I know that it might not be part of the plan, but can you fit in a Deadpool and Wolverine 2? Because it just did so well, and they're pushing him to do it. That's where I go, uh-oh. And as far as DC goes, yeah, look, the Joker and anything else that came before Gunn and Safran, to me, I'm not judging them on it because we don't. They'd be crazy too. So it's Superman that is the one that everyone's going to be looking at, and where I have, I guess, ironically, not ironically, it's right on the nose, whatever it is. I have hope, for Superman. I have hope for it. I'm ready for that movie to come out, and I want a great Superman, and I want to launch into a great DC universe.
You know who I haven't spoken to in a long time, and I'm curious if you have his thoughts on this right now. Have you talked to Mark Riley about this at all?
About Superman?
Yeah,
Not in a bit. Not about Superman. I talked to him more about
'cause that's his
other
jam.
aliens.
You talked to him about what?
Other aliens outside of
Oh.
Krypton.
Yeah, you gotta ask his thoughts on what's going on with Superman because he's like the biggest diehard Superman guy I know.
I'm curious.
And
I'm sure.
curious.
I bet she's excited for it. I bet she's excited.
You know, I was watching the new Twisters movie,
Yeah, it's good.
and I was in the new Twisters movie. I was like, wow, it's so weird. That guy looks like the new Superman or something.
That's hilarious.
And Greg, who was watching with me, was like, no.
Oh, really? Is that on the reaction itself?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. He didn't think it looked like.
I was like, no, he looks like he could be Superman. He looks like David Corns. Wow, it's so weird. He looks like Superman. But we were both like, we would have known if Superman was in this movie.
I actually, and especially the fact that Coy is on that show and wouldn't shut up about it, that he was in it.
Well, my friend went to Juilliard with him. And like, I know what this man looks like. I don't know. There's sometimes when you see somebody in a different setting.
Yeah.
This will even happen. You ever see somebody in New York or LA and you're like, that's my buddy?
Yeah.
And it's not. It's a celebrity.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Well, I told you the one that, well, I guess I'll bring it up at this point, but who cares? I think I told you this before too. This is a long time ago. It's around 10 to 12 years ago, maybe more. Shoot, no, it had to be at least 13, 14 years ago because it was before my first daughter was born. So there was this sushi place that I used to love, and I went to get it for myself and my wife, and she was home, and we were living together. And I went to get it, and I walked in. This place was crowded, and here's this woman standing there, and I go, I know her. Like, where did she at the comedy show? And then I stopped and I go, she is absolutely gorgeous. Who is that? And they stun her. Did I tell you this story?
No.
Smoke show. Like, I'm like, who is that? I'm like, I know that person. I'm like, I felt like I just had to be. And remember, this is someone at this point. Nobody really knew who this person was, but I was seeing everything with Ellis at the time, so I had just seen this person in a movie, and it was Amber Heard.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and this is before anybody knows anything about Amber Heard, and I think she was in that Nicolas Cage Drive Angry movie or whatever the hell it was called, and Ellis and I had seen that. So in my head, I'm going, but say what you want about her. You're allowed to say whatever you want about her. But 14, 15 years ago, she could stop the restaurant like that. I was like, holy
Yeah, I interviewed her once. She's stunning.
I was like,
did you say anything to her? So you
No,
figured it
I
out
didn't say
before
anything.
you went over. You
No,
were like, all right.
no. There's only one person. I told you this. There's only one person that my speech stopped. That wasn't one of them. That was just like, oh, that's who that is. I know who that is. But I was like, that's pretty. That's pretty.
You know about me and Henry Winkler?
You guys went to school together.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What?
On Monday, Tuesday, happy days, we went to school together.
Yes.
I was in the airport when I was flying out
this
here.
This is great. You told me this, and I love this. Yes.
I thought he was my basketball coach.
You told me that.
And I like really harassed him. Like, Phil Levoff. Phil.
That's the best.
Wouldn't let it go.
He's like, no.
Such an uncomfortable feeling.
It's
not who you thought.
I felt it so good. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Yep. Okay, listen. We are going to take a quick break, and I'm excited to do it for two reasons. One, I get to tell you guys about two sponsors I absolutely love. But then when we get back, De La Douche, De La Daish, De La Deedly. Brett Sheridan's back on the show, guys. So we'll bring, what? You never heard me call him De La Daish?
No, what's De La Daish?
He's the Daish. He'll come in and tell you all about Daish a la Rusk. So, that being said, let me tell you guys about both Joy Mode. That's right. Joy Mode and the Perfect Gene. Here you go. I love Joy Mode. I love Joy Mode. It's not about better sex. You know what it is about Joy Mode? It supports healthier blood vessels. It boosts heart health. It enhances your athletic performance. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you, about Joy Mode? Well, I'm telling you. Expertly formulated and backed by science, it is proven to improve erectile function by 50%. 8% in just 60 days. You mix it with a pack of water and you feel the effects within 45 minutes. You take control with Joy Mode. Get a boost anytime, anywhere, never miss a beat. It features 4 simple, proven ingredients. Unlike prescription options that involve doctor visits and managing refills, Joy Mode provides a straightforward, effective solution. You embrace a natural way to boost your performance without the complications and side effects of traditional medications. I've told you about Joy Mode. It is great. Right beforehand, you drink it. And I'm telling you, it's like going to the gym. You have a supplement, same thing. And it is wonderful. It's the best. If you're looking to take your game to the next level, try joymode.com. And you use the code BIGTHING at checkout for 20% off. That's right. TRYJOYMODE.com. Use that code BIGTHING for 20% off your first order. Joy Mode. Get it. Let's talk about jeans. Yeah. I recently got a pair from The Perfect Jean. You guys heard me talk about them. And they're basically the unicorn of jeans. Why? Well, they fit like a dream, they look fantastic, and they are so comfy. I forget I'm even wearing pants. In case you don't know, this is an ad. And The Perfect Jean told me to say this. But I wouldn't lie about how awesome these jeans are, because they really do live up to the name. I have mentioned, you guys have seen my wife now. She does not BS. And she said, hey, you look good in those jeans. I said, you like these? She said, I love them. Wear them more. And they fit like they were custom made. They stretch like you wouldn't believe, and they look fantastic. The Perfect Jean, they also have a seriously massive range of sizes with 6 fits from skinny to thick waist sizes from 26 to 50 and lengths 26 to 38. Doesn't matter. It's finally time to stop crushing your nuts in uncomfortable jeans by going to theperfectjean.nyc. Once again, our listeners will get 15% off your first order plus free shipping, free returns, free exchange when you use that code BIGTHING at checkout. 15% off for new customers at theperfectjean.nyc. Use that promo code BIGTHING. After your purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. You got to support our show. You have to say that we sent you. F your khakis. Get the Perfect Jean, baby. All right, thank you to the Perfect Jean and, of course, Joy Mode. As you guys know, you've been watching the show. If you're watching live, if you're brand new watcher, listener, please understand that the reason we're able to stay on the air as long as we have is because you guys have been browsing around, looking at our sponsors, getting our sponsors. I always put the links in there. So make sure you browse around, get something, check it out. Okay, Roxy, guess what? Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I just realized something. You're muted, and so is everybody else. So never mind. I'm going to do the show by myself. Anyway, let me try that again. Hey, Roxy, guess what?
What?
A la Rouge, De La Douche, a la Rudy is back. That's right. De La Rudy. That's right. See?
Like Fonzie.
Hi, Brett.
What's
Welcome back.
Like Fonzie.
Yeah.
Like your coach.
The kids today, they love Fonz, man.
Yeah, like
how are you?
Roxy's
Where
coach.
have you been? What's going on?
Oh.
It's a series of unfortunate events that have been keeping me from coming on, but I'm doing good.
People are excited.
Not unfortunate events. Everything's been fine. Just bad scheduling.
I'm going to squash a rumor here.
Okay.
Because I'm tired of it.
That your wife's going to replace me?
Well, that's true. But this rumor that Brett's the only one that understands that animation is for everyone. It's nonsense. It's nonsense.
Where is that coming from?
In the comments.
Brand.
Well, it's not. It's not true. I think everybody can love
animation for everybody. Everybody knows that. Nobody doesn't know that.
And it's targeted. It's targeted towards kids sometimes, and it's targeted towards adults as well. So there you go. Brett,
I know people comment that stuff on my stuff too. It's so weird. It's like, yeah, no shit.
Well, not anymore because we're here to squash that rumor.
Kristian, how are you doing?
I'm going to tell you right now how we're doing, Rox.
Okay, tell me.
So, Brett, I don't know if you knew this or not, but this is a contest that's been going on. Were you involved? Are you involved in any of them yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're involved in something. Okay.
Yeah, we get a shiny nickel.
No, there is actually a prize, and you didn't know about it because you haven't been here. But I'll tell you off air. There is actually a prize that.
I know.
All right. So listen, when at the end of each week, whoever wins is the person that gets the prize. So last week, Steph, you were supposed to be on that show. Steph did it all by herself, and Steph won it with 100 and something questions. Roka yesterday hit 73. So that's what you guys are trying to beat right now. And right now we're at 14. Might be tough. By the time we got to the end of the questions, the topics yesterday, with Roka, we were like 40. So
listen, I believe in the people And if they want to, they want to, and if they don't, they don't.
See I love that attitude. I love that attitude. You don't threaten to break their legs if they don't do it. You just say, hey, they want to do it. That's it. Hey, Roxy, can I tell you something?
Yes.
You look good today.
Are you about to make a joke?
No.
Really?
Yeah. You look good.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I didn't have time to do my hair from this morning.
I like that look.
Back to back.
That's a good look.
Yeah, it's a good look.
It's kind of
this is my fresh face look.
I like it. I like the wet hair. I like the shirt, the black and the white.
Thank you. I just went to H&M and I got this shirt for $4.
I'm liking it. I'm digging it. See? You look good, Rox. Brett, you look like shit. No, I'm just kidding. Brett, you look good too.
Thank you.
You look good.
No, Brett, your hair is different though. I like it. What's going on?
It's not under a hat.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's right.
A little long.
I have a new shirt on. See? No one cares.
Yes, Christian.
Thanks.
Everybody's doing great. Everyone's
Is that a sponsor shirt or just a shirt?
No, it's a birthday shirt for my wife.
Oh, lovely.
Anyway. All right, let's get to this story because this is a story that I find very interesting. This Greta Gerwig thing. You hear about this, Rox?
No, what's going on? I love Greta.
Greta Gerwig is pushing for her Narnia movie to get a theatrical run. Barbie director Greta Gerwig's curious new multi-film adaptation of C.S. Lewis's The Chronicle of Narnia on Netflix may have hit some choppy waters. A new report at Puck News indicates, is that Puck from MTV's The Real World?
Yes.
Sounds like Puck. Hey, Puck News.
That's right. You guys know who Puck is, right?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good. Nice old dated reference. Anyway, a new report at Puck News indicates that Gerwig... Whatever happened to Puck, by the way? Does anybody know whatever happened to Puck? No?
Yeah, let's get into that.
Does he have a podcast?
Let's break that down.
Does he have a podcast?
No,
He should have a podcast.
I may be wrong, but I think Puck died.
Did he?
I was thinking so too.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like drug overdose or something.
Shit. Well, then,
Wait, I thought the same thing.
Oh, wow,
Brett.
that's
For
horrible.
some reason, I was like, yeah, I do. But then I just looked him up, and he's very much okay and married.
Oh.
Someone.
Sorry, Puck.
Why did we both think that?
Someone said it. Someone in the comments said he was dead too. He just gives off that vibe, I guess.
I thought that he died. No, I really thought that there was like a really sad story about what happened to him. But this says his name is David Rainey.
Yeah.
And he's married to Betty Rainey, and he's 56.
Hey. All right. Hey. So, all right.
Hey,
no.
Lives in the Bay Area.
So got off course. Okay, so let's get back to it. A new report at Puck News. Did he ever wind up marrying anybody from the actual show? Or
let's see. Her name is Brittany Rainey. So let's see if she was on the show.
Yeah.
No, but they did have children, and you want to know what they named them?
Puck.
Hockey stick.
Bogart, Shay, Peyote, Rainey.
Oh, come on.
Rocco, Cocopelli, Rainey.
All right. Sounds good. Okay.
Puck.
The person he's married to,
Yes.
Betty.
Puck?
Wow. Her profile says, I am who I am. God didn't make me perfect. He made me strong enough to carry my load and help anyone carry theirs.
She was strong enough to carry Puck's load.
That's true. Absolutely. Well, good for Puck.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we do a whole podcast on Puck today?
Peyote.
All right. Poor Puck. All right. Well, fuck Puck. Let's get into something else. Right? No. I don't mean that.
Bogart, Shay, Peyote, Rainey.
Perfect.
Wow.
Why doesn't Puck have a podcast? He should have a podcast. Everybody has a
He
podcast.
might have a podcast. We don't know.
What the Puck? What the Puck, right?
What the Puck?
Yeah.
What the
You
Puck?
should pitch him.
We should.
Let's get him on.
Let's get him in here. Speaking of which, I got Matthew Lillard coming in the studio tomorrow.
I'm sorry, what?
Cool.
Yeah, man. Into your studio, Brett. Matthew Lillard is coming in. Oh, and Brett, I met the people down the hallway with the air conditioner stuff. Couldn't be nicer. They're the nicest people in the world. They were so sweet.
Are you saying that because they're listening to the show?
No, they might be, but I don't. But I no. So I met because what happens is this air conditioning, unfortunately, is connected to my studio and their studio. So when and the lights get real hot in here, and I've got to put it cold, otherwise I'm dying. And I had to put a sign up because it's not their fault. I put the thing up; they're freezing in there. So they go to turn it down, and they were doing it to us.
What are they supposed to do?
We don't know. So this morning, lady knocked on the door. She's like, because it was 43 degrees here this morning, right? So she was like, we're gonna put the heat on, and just wanted to talk to you about it too. And I went in there, and they again met the three women. They were like, they reminded me of the three like wonderful fairies from Sleeping Beauty. You know what I mean? You know those three? They were just so nice.
Yeah.
They were wonderful. And
you know those three? You know those three fairies from Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah. They were like them. And then so they put the heat on, and then the woman comes in because she wanted to see some of the pictures that were hanging on the wall. And within seconds, this whole place felt like Dante's Inferno. It was
And she felt it?
And she felt it. And she knew, she's like, I can't let you sit in that. And she's like, we'll deal with this. And we're gonna talk to the building people. But it was like, anyway. But turns out they are all related to Puck. No, it's not true.
No, but I actually have now gone down a deep dive about Puck and the people.
Long story short, they're all related to Puck. And they're actually Peyote's godparents.
Right.
No, there'd be a lot of people who have passed away from the real world, but it looks like Pedro Zamora.
Yeah, he passed. He passed.
Yeah. He passed, and he was, I think, part of the San Francisco Puck show, the Puck season.
Oh.
So maybe we mixed up our P's.
All right, we'll Puck this. Let's get into this. All right. So no more. So Gerwig, let's just say, sorry, the new report at Puck News indicates that Gerwig has been quietly raising the issue of giving her large scope films a theatrical release with Netflix's new film head Dan Lin. Gerwig has allegedly voiced concerns about limiting those films only to the streaming platform. However, the outlet says that while talks with Netflix have been amicable, they are refusing Gerwig's requests and aren't budging on their streaming first release strategy. A more damning second report over at Empire City is making the claim that Gerwig might be trying to get out of her Netflix deal to direct Narnia. This one seems much more speculative, so take it purely as rumor only. Gerwig signed on to direct the film months before Barbie was released in theaters and before Netflix underwent a regime change in its film division. Former film chief Scott Stuber consistently advocated for longer theatrical windows, but he exited earlier this year, replaced by Lin after butting heads with Netflix chief Ted Sarandos over this issue. Yeah, this isn't going to go very well because...
What part?
I don't think she's going to do this movie. I don't think she's going to do this. I think she's going to get out of her contract. I think they're going to let her out.
Sounds like series of movies, right?
Yeah, they're going to do 3 of them. So I don't think she's going to wind up doing this because Ted Sarandos has been very vocal. He does not really think Netflix's plans include big theatrical runs. He doesn't believe in them. He doesn't think that they're something. He doesn't crap on other studios for doing it, but he doesn't want to do them. He made it very clear. And it's why Stuber left. And because of that reason, he wanted to do more. Sarandos said no. Now, she signed on while Stuber was still there, so maybe that's a way to get out of the contract. Just like I was told by Stuber I'd be able to do it. And I don't know. I just don't think it's not going to... 2 things are not going to happen. She's not going to want to continue and not get a theatrical release, especially after doing something like Barbie, when she made $1 billion. And they don't want to include theatrical as part of their strategy. So I think they shake hands and go separate ways. What do you think, Rox?
Well, regardless of the fact that this is Greta, regardless of what Ted wants and for his business strategy, as a fan, you would think that Narnia is a big screen property. Like, I'm not saying that there's not merit in what Ted Sarandos is saying. Obviously, there is, to the fact that they are a subscription service, and the way that they make money is by people going to watch things on their platform, not by people going to the movies. They have to do these theatrical runs for Oscar-worthy pictures, which likely Narnia is not. And so I completely understand where he's coming from, but as a fan, this just feels like, wow, you're gonna watch Narnia. It's Narnia, right? Like, you would just think that. And I understand where Greta's coming from, that's her project. And obviously she wants it to be seen on the big screen. I don't know. They might be able to figure this out. Like, because I think it would be really foolish of Ted Sarandos to lose Greta Gerwig over this. She is a massive name right now, and she probably has a great take on this. Yeah, I don't know.
Here's the thing, Brett. I don't necessarily think, because Netflix, do they want to be working with people like Greta Gerwig? Of course they do. Do they want to have top tier talent? She's coming off one of the biggest hits in recent memory. Yeah, of course they do. But they don't necessarily. Does it hurt them if she leaves? Not really. It doesn't. And And does it hurt her if she leaves them?
It only hurts them in the way that it hurts Disney every time they lose somebody, and it makes directors not want to sign on to projects anymore.
Sure, but that's a different situation. Only
of course
because
it's creative differences as opposed to this, but this is kind of a creative difference.
It was strategy wise, but the thing is, and this is why originally my take was going to be, well, if she knew that's what Netflix's deal is, they're vocal about it, then why she signed in the first place? But as you hear in the report, Stuber was pushing for a longer thing. So he probably was like, look, sign on and do this thing. I got you. We'll get a longer thing here. I'll talk to Sarandos about it. We'll make it happen. And then it didn't happen, and he left the company. And she's like, what the hell? I don't want to. That was the whole point of why I signed on. So I think that in the future, there are a lot of people who make these deals with Netflix knowing you're not getting the theatrical release. They never promised. Like Sarandos didn't promise it in the way that like Amazon, that whole thing that happened with Roadhouse, like that's a different situation, right? So Brett, what do you think about all this? Do you think that she's going to wind up doing it? Should she do it? Is she the right fit for it? What say you?
I mean, the thing is, you wonder if, and I mean, I go back and forth on this, but like, does he still go by Puck or does he go by his given name?
I don't know. It's a great question.
Get rid of the Puck thing.
It's a great question. It's a really good question. Is he still? Has he tried to shake the image in the way? You know, there were people on our show.
He's like Puck is not the norm.
Hey, Puck, and he's like, yeah, Puck.
Now it's back in the day. I'm not Puck anymore. I'm now known as Limrock. Is what they call him. They call him Limrock.
That's basically what it all comes down to.
And he named his kid Peyote, so it's like,
yeah. I mean, he's going down a path that I'm not sure. I think is a good path, but we'll see. And
well, you thought he was dead.
Turns out.
Yeah, it's a better path than dead.
Yeah. That we deemed him dead.
You deemed him dead, so he fought us back. He said, "Puck you guys."
He fought back from the dead, and I think that's what Greta Gerwig needs to think about when it comes to Narnia.
Oh, I like the way you tied that back in. Nice job.
Yeah.
I feel like, of course, to me, Kristian, of course, she's the right director for this. Does that mean she's the only director? No, but like we've seen. First of all, I've been a massive fan of her since Frances Ha. So she can do like indie, weird art house. Lady Bird is what put her on the map for most people. And then Barbie, we saw she can completely universe build. Like she transformed an entire Barbie universe into something that was one of the biggest hits. And so I feel like, of course, she's the right person for this job. Her name is hot right now. She can world build. She brings clout to any property she works on. But there's 50 directors that could do this. Yeah. She's not the only one.
Right. I think if I'm her agent, I think this report is true. I think we say let's do what we can. Let's talk to Ted and say, hey, it's not going to work out. We'll do something in the future together. Let's shake hands. Let us out of this contract. We don't want this to be ugly. And they shouldn't make it ugly, Netflix. They should let her go if she doesn't want to do it, because she should be doing a theatrical movie. She's coming off of a $1 billion movie. She shouldn't do a streaming movie. But it also goes to the idea of the way that Ted Sarandos sees movies in general and seeing how the business has changed. He doesn't believe in the big theatrical thing anymore.
What do you think about that?
I think for his model, it works for what he's doing. Do I think that should, and he doesn't say that that's what everybody should do. There are people that do that. There are people who go, well, I think the whole business should do this. I think the whole business. He's not saying that. He said that's what Netflix should do. I would like to see some movies, wind up from the Netflix movies that they do theatrically. Like if Rebel Moon was good, Rebel Moon should have been a movie to see on the big screen from the way that thing was shot, right? But Zack Snyder knew you sign on to Netflix, you're not getting a theatrical release, maybe in limited, but you're not getting it. That's what comes with it. Everybody kind of knows that. So
what do you think the average size TV screen in a household is? The average largest screen
great question.
In a household?
I'd say 36.
36? Are we going to say? I was going to say.
Yeah, okay. 36 to 42.
At this point right now?
Yeah. I mean, although some people buy the lower models, I'd say we could go at least to 50. My question for you two is, do you want to see another Narnia, or is the animated one from back in the day the best one, because that one made me cry like a
I didn't even know there was an animated one. I'm one of the rare few people who really enjoy both the Narnia movie and Prince Caspian movie. The other one's not great, but I'll never forget. There was one There was one. I don't know why it made me laugh as hard as it did, but we did a review of, I think, the Dawn Treader. That's the third one, and Ellis said something about the rat, Reapy Sheep, or something like that, and it killed me in the review. I never laughed as hard as I did in that review. But anyway, that is something I do want to see, Brett. I want to see how they're gonna. I'm always rooting for fantasy movies. I'm always, especially, and 3 big fantasy movies like that, and having that. But it's weird because I would like to see a movie like that on the big screen. There's no doubt, Roxy. But I also think that, okay, if you know what your business model is, and that's what you do, and you made it clear going into it, then that's what it is. That's what you get when you come here. If you don't like that, then you shouldn't have signed on for us, regardless of what Stuber told you, because that's not the deal. It's not. If I'm Sarandon,
I think that's a little harsh.
But if this deal, if that's what it is, if it's like, look, the thing is, we're bringing you in. We want to work with you. Your movie Barbie hasn't come out yet. We want to sign you up to do this thing. We want to work with you. Sign the deal. And then you got Stuber saying, well, we want to eventually go to more theatrical thing. I'm talking to Ted
Stuber
about
also
it.
saying, if Barbie annihilates, we're for sure going to have a theatrical release with you.
And who's saying that, though? Is it Sarandon saying that, or is it Stuber saying that? Because Stuber clearly didn't have the right to say that, and that's why he's gone.
Yeah, but I don't think that is Greta's fault.
No, it's not her fault.
Yeah.
It's not her fault. But I think that when she signs up to it, like I said, if that's a conversation someone's telling her on the other side, it's like, okay, they're going to push for it. And then it turns out this guy leaves. We've all been there. We've had executives and people that we were working with, like, oh, they said they're going to do this, and then they leave, and you go, oh, well, that person's not here anymore. That's not going to happen anymore.
100%.
Right. And you're like, shit. So that happens all the time. But I think what I would say is that's why, and I mentioned already, let her go. Let her do her thing. You shouldn't hold her to this. If she really wants to leave, unless she's super passionate about it, and that's the case, then she's got to bite the bullet. She's got to say, look, I really want to make these movies. It's the only way they're going to do it. And I really want to make something special, and I'm going to do it. And then be vocal about how you wish they would have gotten a theatrical in the same way that Denis Villeneuve was vocal about Dune. They were going to stick that thing on just digital, but that was a different circumstance.
To answer Brett's question, I don't really care about Narnia as much as I care about whatever Greta Gerwig does next. I will see, but that doesn't mean anything. Narnia wasn't my property, but if whatever Greta's working on, I watch.
Yeah, Roxy clearly right now 23, not bad. Not bad. Not bad. You would do about 50 to catch Roka.
23 is okay.
Not bad. Hey,
people have spoken.
All right, next. I have spoken. All right. Joker sequel. Deleted somebody.
Killing it in the box office.
It's such a bummer.
What?
Joker sequel. Roxy, you want to hear something so stupid?
Yes, I do.
Yesterday, what you do is when there's news stories going on, there's something big, like we led with, okay, potentially have a Deadpool Wolverine 2. Could be good, could be bad, whatever. That's the news. We reported on the news yesterday that Joker, there was something with Joker. Oh, it came in second place or third place to Terrifier. And we said, is that pretty bad that happened? And in its second week, 82% drop off. That's not good. No matter whatever movie it is, whether it's the Marvels, whether it's this, it's bad. And someone said, this is turning into a hate channel now. Because you're reporting on the news. And I was like, oh, okay. That's how it works now. But adding to that person, we are going to talk about how horrible of a disaster this movie has been for Warner Brothers. Joker sequel is going to lose up to $200 million. This is a movie that was projected to make 150 domestically. Didn't even make 40. This is a real head scratcher, and just this is a massive story. It's a massive story. I've never seen. I don't know, Roxy. Can you remember in a history of us doing this? Can you think of a time that a movie that was projected to do this well have such a decline, and not even the movie dropped 83% in its second week?
Maybe you guys at home can help us out with. I'm sure there is something that came close to that, but no, I like hate talking about this because it's so upsetting.
Yeah, it is. It's a bummer.
Yeah, it's such a bummer.
Someone said BVS, but was it projected that big? Not to this amount. Not to
No,
this.
BVS still brought in like, didn't it still bring in like $450 million?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it did overall. It didn't have this kind of decline.
I haven't seen it yet, but is it so bad that it can become like a Rocky horror kind of a thing?
No, it's not just no. It's just not. It's not
bad.
No, it's not like a terrible movie where you're like, oh my god, every 5 minutes, or like like it's not that. And Roxy and I have talked about this kind of at length. It's the story that they chose to tell that doesn't really work. I didn't like the ending at all. I thought the ending was terrible. The music doesn't really ruin it for me. There's sometimes it goes on too long, and sometimes it's unnecessary, but it didn't really ruin it. It's just not a great movie, Roxy and I don't agree on this, but I think it completely negates the first movie.
Oh wow!
Completely.
I don't disagree with you. I don't remember what you're talking.
Okay. Then I think it negates the first.
Remember,
movie.
you pulled out like 3 different things, and I was like, I guess I got to rewatch.
Yeah, I got to rewatch it.
I don't remember what you're talking.
But
about.
either way, it's not one of those ones, Brett, where you're like, oh my god, this is brutal. It's like there's part you might, and because there's so much, because it did. I actually think that people are going to go see this when it comes out on digital, and they're going to go, what are people talking about? It's not that bad. I think people are going to do that. Maybe not.
Is there a Snyder cut that we can hope for? Or
not for this one. He cut one anyway, just to say why not. Though the first film made over $1 billion, Warner Brothers is set to take a major bath on the sequel Joker Folia Doo-Doo, somewhere to a tune potentially as high as $200 million, reports Variety. The film cost $200 million to produce and roughly $100 million to market and distribute. As previously announced, the movie has to reach $450 million at the global box office to break even. Sources at Warner's tell the trade, however, say the actual bar it must clear to do so is just $375. By the end of 10 days, it stands at $165 worldwide, 2/3 of which is overseas. Projected ticket sales for the film's lifetime gross are now tipped to reach $65 domestically, $210 to $215 million globally. Several insiders and rival execs with knowledge of similar failed productions all indicate it will be a loss for the studio at the absolute minimum of $125 million, with others supporting it can go a tiny bit higher than $200. A Warner Brothers spokesperson has responded in a statement to the piece saying any estimates suggested by anonymous insiders or rival executives are grossly wrong and continues a trend where rumor is reported as fact. The film continues to play in theatrical release, included with this week's opening in China, and will continue to earn revenue throughout its home viewing and ancillary run. Indeed, Warner's is shifting this one quick to PVOD with a October 29th date set for the film's digital release. Yeah, that's cleanup. That's a cleanup statement at the end there, and I understand. I would make the same. You kind of have to. But yeah, this is not good.
It sucks when things just don't do well, and it affects so many people involved, and like all the conversations open up. Is this superhero fatigue? It's like,
right. I guess that does start to happen, huh?
Yeah, it's like I kind of wish that as a society, if something wasn't good, like if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that's not the job of a critic, but like I just kind of wish we would keep it pushing more often. It's like people are just dancing on the grave, and it's so weird. Like on social media, and people are like, I don't like the movie. I've been vocal about the fact that the movie wasn't for me because I didn't like the story. But there are elements to the movie that are really great.
Sure.
The performances, the songs, I've been very vocal about that. People are like, oh my God, you shill. You shill. Like as if I have some different agenda to try to reverse psychology people into seeing this movie. It's just so weird. You can look at a movie, acknowledge that it still costs $200 million. So no crap, it looks good.
Yeah.
Obviously the performance are good. Like there's merit to it. I don't know. It's just the way that society is now. When they hate something, they want to talk about it more than when they love something.
Well, I know what you love.
Kristian, I saw We Live in Time this weekend.
That was great, wasn't it? Yeah, it was right up your alley. How many times did you cry? It's good. It's a good movie.
I took myself to the movies.
Yeah.
I went by myself. Thank goodness, because I actually think if I had gone with anybody, they would have checked me into something afterwards because I was in a ball sobbing.
Oh, they gave it. So at the screening, they gave people tissues.
Oh my God. But Kristian, the weirdest thing. So, a little birdie told me that there were press screenings this weekend in LA for We Live in Time. And what's crazy about that is it was out already in LA.
That's because it's in limited release.
But how weird for the press screenings to be after when the limited release is.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes they do. I guess because of that. Also, with the critics now, Critics' Choice, I'm getting more screenings and that kind of. I'm going like, Smile is something I'm going to see tonight. I haven't even checked. I still haven't seen Saturday Night. It's still really bummed. I know.
Saturday.
I know. I'm probably going to wait for that one to just come out on digital, and then I'll watch
Saturday Night was awesome.
I heard it was great. I can't wait to see it.
Awesome, but We Live in Time.
So good.
Can't even.
Yeah.
And
think she'll get nominated? I think it's a possibility.
I actually really do.
I think it's a possibility she gets
nominated.
And I
think there's a possibility both of them get nominated.
He's good in it. He's really good in it. I think she stands out. I think she stands out a little bit more. She does. I think he's really, really good in it, Andrew Garfield. But I think that Florence Pugh is it's one of her best performances. I think. There's
one scene with him though where I thought he was so unbelievable
in the kitchen. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. He's great. It's really good. It's really good.
Their chemistry. Oh my God.
I didn't like that. I had to see it with a bunch of Generation Zers, but hey. That's what happened.
What'd you say?
I saw it with a bunch of Generation Zers. Like there was so many.
I think that My Old Ass still is my number one.
Oh, yeah, is it? Taking care of it?
Did you end up seeing My Old Ass?
No, I'm married.
Okay. But did you really not see it?
No, I've never seen it. I haven't seen
it. It's between these two right now for my top position of the year. Like,
the words you're using right now, you're doing this on purpose. Stop it.
No, I didn't do it. We Live in Time is truly such a beautiful, so well done, simple, like touching. Oh my God. There's a lot of mother-daughter stuff in it, which destroys me.
Yeah.
That's my jam. I mean, like, I can't recommend this movie enough. But the point being, circling back, I didn't like Joker much. That was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I just don't even want to just harp on it. I want to talk about We Live in Time. Right. I want to talk about My Old Ass. I always want to talk about My Old Ass. There's just so many things that I love.
Yeah.
No, I loved Saturday Night. I loved Saturday Night.
Well, look, that was one of the big conversations that we had on yesterday with Roke and myself, is that movie, that Terrifier, which I'll never watch, the third one. I'll never watch that movie. But I'm
doing them for.
I know. I saw it, and it's just not. I understand why it's successful. I understand that people that like that stuff, why they're digging it. I get it. And what I give so much props to that movie, it cost $2 million to make the third one, the third movie in the franchise. I mean,
you know how much the first one cost?
Like $500,000 or something.
It was $35,000.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
The second one was $250,000.
Right. And they've made hand over fist with those movies, and that's kind of the point. I'm hoping for like a resurgence of those types of movies that are the ones that people are going to see and making the profits and scaling back on this $200 million nonsense, because it's just so bad.
You know who's in the end of 2, and I've seen him posting about 3, so I'm guessing he's in 3 also.
Puck.
Jericho.
Oh, is he in 2? Is he in 2?
He was in the end. I haven't seen 3 yet.
Oh, okay. He might be. He might be. He's promoting something.
And he's been promoting, so I think he must be in 3.
Maybe he's in 3.
He closes out too, so he came on screen. And I was like,
"Oh, that's great."
And I go, "This is Chris Jericho."
That's so good.
Greg said, "Who?"
Oh,
and I was like,
bastard. Okay, we have way more to talk about. We have 25 questions we got to get to, but before we do it,
did you? And
Roxy,
guys, take it easy. Slow down the questions. We'll get.
I don't feel that way, Brett.
Oh, is that different?
I don't feel that way.
I thought that was a lot.
Yeah. So we have some TV questions, and so
good. I've been watching more television than I've ever watched in my entire life.
Well, here's the first one. Let's get to your TV picks. And contrary to belief, I would love this segment considering my brother came up with it. So go ahead.
I'm so obsessed with the Penguin this week. Are you caught up, Kristian? Did you watch?
I am not. I know. Now, last week, my daughter had 103, 104 fever for about 5 days. It was on and off. It was bad. So Sadie was out of commission. We didn't see.
Which daughter?
Maisie, the little one. So she just went back to school.
I know which ones are which.
Oh,
what? Kristian?
Sorry. So they don't.
The little one.
Well, they don't know. So. But anyway, so she went back to school today, but Sadie was out of commission, wasn't able to be here. I had to leave work a couple different times early. that We Live in Time thing. It was one of my best city trips I've taken so far. I love the area where it was. It was uptown. I was there. I was enjoying it, and then I had to rush home from the screening because she'd spiked the fever again. Sadie needed me to get home. I had to rush back, try to get from the freaking city back to my place. It was a nightmare. So we didn't get a chance to see Penguin. I didn't get a chance to see Penguin. We didn't get a chance to see Agatha. So I'm going to do, because that was episode 4 for Penguin.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do 4 and 5 together as one big video this week. I'm going to do Agatha 5 and 6 together with Sadie for this week. But
4 is my favorite episode of Penguin.
That's what people are saying. That's me. Look at me. I'm just by myself there.
Look at that.
It focuses on Sophia Falcone. I won't give any spoilers, but it makes everything fit so like it's just genius that they didn't start with this episode, but they waited till episode 4. I do find a lot of, and honestly, specifically HBO shows do this, where episode 4 is just like an absolute banger.
Yeah.
This one was so good. I love the show, and Kristen Milioti is.
People
I think
are talking
gonna
about
get nominated for an Emmy for this.
That's what people have been saying. So I'm going to tell you a story about this, and if you love this, you're going to be mad at me for this story. So go ahead, tell me about how much
you don't like English Teacher.
I haven't seen it, but I'm going to tell you a story about it that's going to make you mad at me. So go ahead.
For World Girls, we did a watch along for the first episode, and we loved it. And then Steph came over yesterday, and we started watching some more of it. I'm not caught up on English Teacher, but it's very funny. It's like a bit of a raunchier. It's kind of similar to Abbott Elementary in some ways, but raunchier and not in Philly. I really like the show.
So my father-in-law, who was a professor at USC for 30 some odd years, the guy who created it, I guess the star is his student. So I guess last week.
Oh, wouldn't I like that story?
I'm not over yet. So last week, my father-in-law calls me and he goes, "Hey, have you heard this show, the English Teacher on Hulu?" And I said, "No."
Oh my God.
And he's like, "Well, do you want me to reach out to him to get him on your show?" I said, I don't know who that is. I go, probably not. I haven't heard anything about it, so I don't want to waste your time to reach out. I don't know what to talk to him about. So I didn't. So I said no. Should I say yes? and then he pitched me Puck.
And what'd you say about that?
Yes, he's coming on next week.
Me Puck.
He's coming on next week. Yeah.
Hey, Susan, get me Puck on the line.
He's been in the garage for the last 6 months. What do you need him? What do you need him on the line for? But I do have good guests coming. Mark Paul Gosselaar will be on the show tomorrow. How about that?
That's awesome.
That's great. I talked to him about that. I talked to him about the Saved by the Bell fight. I did. It was good.
Good.
So I passed on it. So go ahead, Roxy.
Yeah, no, that's stupid.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
So this show's great. Bad Monkey had its finale, and they stuck the landing, and it was very good. And I feel like they really set themselves up for season 2. So hopefully in 6 months or however long, a year, you guys will hear me talking about that one.
Okay, I almost didn't pull this poster because I don't want to hear about it.
No, well, they had their finale also.
The series finale? Fingers crossed?
No.
Oh.
Big Brother had its season finale. It was actually a really big deal.
Why is this show still on?
Listen, here's the deal. Spoilers for Big Brother this season. Chelsea was the best player of the season, and she won, and she deserved to. But really, my favorite thing was who won America's vote, because I love Tucker so much. He really made the entire show great for me, and for everybody. And after he was gone, it was not as entertaining, but this is still one of the best seasons yet, because they did use the power of veto for 11 weeks in a row. That is unheard of. Never, ever do they do that. So it was an unbelievable season. The best player won. Even though I really like Mackenzie and I feel bad that she ended up taking Chelsea, I think it was the right thing to do, because then they need to be friends after this. And she still got $75,000. And now Chelsea can buy her a great vacation with $750,000. Big deal.
Sounds good.
Listen,
Power of veto.
stand up in the chat. Let me know. Do any of you guys watch Big Brother?
Who cares?
Do any of you watch Big Brother?
These guys. Go ahead. What are they doing now?
Okay, so I finally watch. I'm being slow on Monsters because it is hard to get through, even though I love the show. but because of the subject matter. I got to episode 5, which everybody was telling me, you got to get to episode 5. You got to get to episode 5. You guys know about episode 5 or no?
No.
This is Menendez brothers story. Episode 5. Did you scare yourself?
Yeah. Big snot in my nose too, I think.
Episode 5 is, you know how it's been very popular recently to do those follow shots?
Yeah.
Where it's one shot for the whole episode. This is one shot for the whole episode, but it's in a, what do you call? It's just in one room, and it's just on one of the Menendez brothers, and it's a slow punch in on him for 40 minutes.
Wow!
As he delivers like essentially a monologue. It was like watching a play.
Okay.
He should be nominated for an Emmy for this.
Really
episode
good, huh?
alone.
Okay.
It was. They shot it 10 times, and 2 times they had technical errors. They used the last take because it's a one take. And immediately you watch this episode and you realize about 5 minutes in, you're like, oh my God, they have not cut yet. Holy shit. And the other actress that's in the scene with him, they're talking across the table. She's his defense attorney. It's just the back of her head the whole time.
Okay.
And but she's speaking like back and forth to him. I read like 5,000 different articles on this. That's an exaggeration, but I did read about 10 different articles about this, like how they shot it, what she did to prepare, what he did to prepare. It was one of those episodes of television that you're like, oh, is this the best episode of TV of the year? I need to research more on how they did it. So good. By next week, I'll probably be done with the show, so I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, please. I mean, I hear good things about it. So,
did anybody in there say they watched Big Brother?
No, nobody watches it. All right, next.
Agatha all along, I'm still really liking the show. I understand the note that people are giving right now, which is that it's starting to get a little repetitive. And that a lot of people spotted the reveal coming. You haven't seen it yet, so I'll save it.
I probably can guess it, but that's fine.
What is it?
I'll just say Wanda.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Okay. Yeah, I guessed it.
But I will say that I hope by the end of the episode, it seems like we might be in a different place next week. And I hope that that is true because it is
like
a little bit repetitive.
Or in like physical?
Maybe both. And I hope that's true. And also, I hope that I feel like this show has some splaining to do. This is now the choice that they've made means that they need to kind of explain themselves.
Okay.
So, yeah, I hope that they do that. But because I still like the show, but it is losing some people.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to watch those 2 episodes back to back on, Thursday with Sage. Both of them probably come out on Friday when I release it. But I'm interested to see where it's going to go. And I like watching it with her, so we'll see.
How's Maisie feeling?
She's much better. Yeah, she went to school today.
Okay.
It was so she got better once I think Sunday she finally kicked it, and she was a little grouchy the last 2 days, but she was excited to go to school today, so that was good.
Are they liking school?
Yeah, they dig it a lot, actually. This is the last one.
Outer Banks is back for season 4, baby.
Can I ask you a question about this show?
What'd you say?
Can I ask you a question about this show?
Yeah.
What is this?
You've never heard of it?
No.
It's like a teen drama heist. It kind of reminds me of the OC sometimes, but it's more crime driven.
Okay.
It takes place in the Outer Banks. It's the only thing that I think that you would know about this show, other than the fact that this is like an absolute smash hit with the kids, is that the star of the show is Madeline Klein, who was one of the stars of Glass Onion.
Okay.
You know who that is?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go with yeah on that one.
I don't think that this audience, there's some people in this audience that are watching this, I'm sure.
Madeline Kahn?
Madeline Kahn, yes.
Klein.
I know who Madeline Kahn is. Hold on. Madeline Klein. Let me see. Madeline Klein. Madeline Klein? Wait a minute now.
Wait, who the
what? Nah, I don't know. She didn't
making good content.
Didn't even bring a picture up, Roxy. It's just some old lady that I don't
noticed.
I don't even think it is. Who is that person? I don't know what's happening. Never mind.
Madeline Klein.
Yeah.
Okay. It's with a C. It's with a C. She's young.
Oh, a C Klein.
She's young.
Did you see Glass Onion?
Yes.
Do you not remember her?
No.
Huh.
Back to you, Roxy. Is this another one of those teens fucking shows that I don't watch?
I think it is. Yes, Roxy, that's just annoying.
You remember who Dave Bautista was dating?
I think you asked me if I remember who Dave Bautista was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I kind of remember that.
Or like with?
Yeah.
All right, whatever. This show is if you like teen dramas, teen angsty romance dramas, this is for you. If you don't like that, it's not for you. Madeline Klein is, I think, going to be a huge star.
Okay.
So be on the lookout for her. And there's actually a lot of really talented people in the show.
She was in Stranger Things also.
Yes.
Nice. I knew that off the top of my head. I didn't look at IMDb or nothing.
You did.
Yep. Those are good picks.
Yeah, send in your Madeline Klein questions. We're going to get to those soon.
Yes, please. She's saying...
People in the chat know who she is or no?
Not sure.
Okay.
Not sure. But we'll find out soon. Okay, well, thank you, Roxy. Love those picks. Those are good picks. A lot of stuff out there that's you guys could tell us about, whether you've seen it, whether you've not seen it. Do you know who Madeline Klein is? What's Puck been up to? All that and more. We have your questions, 34, coming in hot, and we're going to get to them in just a moment. But before we do, I got two things to tell you about. The first is, look at that picture. I love that. That's the Capes and Cowls comic book that is by the Great Wicked Art. Now, not only can you get those, what we're going to do a big, once all the episodes are done, or the issues rather, we're going to do a full episode with everybody voicing their characters. It's going to serve as a big 2.5 hour, 3 hour episode with the music and the sound effects and everything. We're going to really put that in there. But if you want to get the comics, you want to check out the comics, there's two ways to do it. You can either go to Patreon or you can become a member. Now we just added memberships on this channel, and one of the perks is that you can get those comic books. We're also going to be putting up raw reactions for both members and patrons. Everything that patrons get, members get. So you guys, there's a lot of new benefits for members if you want to check that out. The other thing I was going to tell you about is our good friends over at Mando. Hey, Mando. Hey, Mando. Y'all been running around, working out, just walking. And you're like, oh, that stinks. No matter where it is, your pits, your nuts, you need Mando. I like Mando because it's smooth, baby. But I like when I'm in the shower and I'm using any of the Mando stuff, I'm like, oh, I smell wonderful. And I didn't know how it was going to work before I even knew about Mando. And then now that I do, I can't go back. I love it. Deodorant is wonderful. It is safe to use anywhere in your body. You can use it on your pits. You can use it on your nuts. You can use it on your thigh. No matter what, your belly button, your butt. There's a lot of different variety of fresh scents that you can do. Bourbon leather is the one. I talked to Winston about one. That's the one I think he uses too. 12 hours after the shower, the average man's Grundle odor level was 5 out of 10. With Mando, the average Grundle odor level is a 0. Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers will get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. Big thing. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack code. But you got to use that code BIG THING. Go to shopmando.com, shopmando.com. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando. Use that code BIG THING. All right. Thank you to our friends over at Mando. Smell better, baby. Go on over there. Check them out. The link's in the description. And as I said, join the members. Be a member today.
We're curious about what a Grundle load lever is.
Oh, you guys can hear the ad when it's playing? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. Okay, good. Your Grundle is
we know what a Grundle is.
Oh.
It's the next part.
Well, what was the question?
I don't know.
I didn't know what a Grundle was. Is that like under your balls?
Yeah, it's like the whole, it's like the area
with Grundle load level.
Well, there's a lot of levels.
The stink level.
That's right.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay.
But how? But you said it turns it into like half stink.
No stink.
Who's testing? No stink.
Yeah, we got a report. Who is doing those?
I want to know what that job.
They hire like 15 people. It's like $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
It's worth
I'll
it.
do it.
Honestly, it
Yeah,
should be
I'll
more.
do it. I'll do it. He says. All right,
down.
I'm down. Me too. Hey, listen, we got questions, and we have 36. Can you bounce back and hit it just around 40 by the time we get out of here? I don't know, Rox.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good.
That's your goal in the next 45 minutes to get 40
to get no, to get another 40 past this in order to beat Roka. But Roka might have you beat.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough. I mean, listen, if they want to, then they want to.
If they don't, they don't. All right, Roman Fedorak, starting off strong. Hello, all. Kingly Christian, keep on killing it with your show. Rock on like the rock star you are, Rox. Keep being your best badass self, Brett. Thank you. To which he then says,
sweet.
He says, I'm in an illiterate mood today. Also, Roxy and Brett, what are some of your favorite horror/Halloween films? Christian, you and I are in agreement on Terminator 1. My favorite in the series also. Yes. I'm
obsessed with the Chucky franchise.
The which one?
Chucky.
Oh, Chucky. You did say that.
I've never seen any of them this year.
The first one's so
obsessed.
good.
Oh my God. The whole franchise. I don't think it misses. Not one movie isn't good for me.
Brett, you're an old school horror guy. What's some of your, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I both the Nightmare on Elm Streets and the Freddy Krueger. No, I mean the other guy.
Jason? Did you say, you said both of them? There's like 87.
Yeah, I really I mean, we every time they came out, we rented them. But there is one that I'm sure does not hold up to this day, but it was called The Hand. And it was one of the scariest films in the 70s that I'd ever seen in my life. And it's about a disembodied hand that kills people.
I was going to say, it's probably also the story before you met your wife. Right, so this is Cinema Fan 324. Yep, Art the Clown did kill a dog in Terrifier 3. That's what kind of stuff. That's what I heard. They push the limits and they just do things you're not supposed to do, whether it's kids, dogs. I don't need to see that stuff. I'm good. Derek the Great throwing in some support. Thank you, Derek. Derek's also in here helping out the show. I love Derek. Shelby White. Christian, May and Balak had Lou Elizondo on a week ago for 2 hours. You should check it out. She does an impressive job interviewing with little knowledge. That's good to hear. I think that there should be more shows talking to him than just the standard, people who are that you're gonna check out. It should be people like her that you're not expecting that guest to come on there, because that's how you're gonna push forward the conversation. So I'm glad that he went on there. We'll check that out for sure. Mike Joyce. Dorina played so much awesome metal music on DJ Bruja radio last night that I'm afraid I might turn into long legs. Do you have a favorite metal song? I'm gonna let Brett take this one.
I don't know if Tool is considered metal, but 26 and 4 is my favorite one of Tool. But metal, I really does
Metallica count?
Band is The Sword. They're not very popular, but I really enjoy them.
Does Metallica
that
count?
Yeah,
I would say
it's
one.
Hard to pick a Metallica.
One's my favorite. Metallica.
One, yeah. Oh man, my son's playing guitar now and keeps learning.
Can he play? Can he play one?
He's not playing Blunt. He's playing Seek and Destroy, For Whom the Bell Tolls. He's going through a whole gamut of stuff.
Roxy, you got one?
What's that?
There was this little. I'm trying to think the whole story. It was Dave Grohl brought on stage this 10-year-old boy, and he was like, "What do you play?" And he's like, "I only play Metallica." And then he completely shredded. It was awesome. Did anyone else see that video?
No.
No, but I did see that Dorina had Ellis on as her guest for that episode, which makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, he likes metal. Derek Johnson. Just saw the teaser pic of Superman with Krypto. There's a happy medium that Superman habits. It's the same one that Captain America is in. Not too goofy, not too serious, but in between, including Krypto's leaning on the goofy. Did you see that picture, Roxy?
I actually didn't understand that entire sentence. You saw that.
So
is this how you feel all the time? What?
He said, just saw the teaser pic of Superman with Krypto. There's a happy medium that Superman.
Oh, I guess I haven't seen it.
That's what you needed to say in order to be that insulting?
Wait, how was I insulting? I insulted myself.
Oh. Let's see. So I want to see, how's that picture? How does that picture? I didn't even see that picture yet. What is it? So it's Superman and Krypto.
Krypto the Super Dog will appear in James Gunn's Superman. Yeah. Oh,
that's pretty cool.
Cute picture.
Yeah, I see it. Should I bring that up for the audience? I guess I should, right? I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
What's the crypto?
Hold on. I'm bringing it up right now. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Hold on. There it is. That's pretty good. So where are they?
Aww.
He's a not so good boy. I see. Yeah. I mean, look, that makes me nervous. But how much? It also depends on how much they use them. Crypto. So I don't know. I understand what
Y'all know my biggest problem with Man of Steel. So as long as we don't do that,
I don't think we will. Derek Johnson, by the way, I'm an animal lover and I love crypto, but Snyder went too hard. Ralph's Superman was too boyish. Right now, the perfect representation of Superman in live action is Superman and Lois with Tyler Hoechlin. People love that show, man. Do you watch? Yeah. Did you ever watch that show, Roxy?
Yeah, I watched the whole first season, half the second season. It's really good. I am gonna start. I think DJ and I are covering this newest season. So there's been like 4 episodes. I got to binge.
I got to check it out, man. Well, just cross. Look at that stupid thing. But yeah,
Tyler Hoechlin's really good.
That's what I heard. I mean, was he?
And the woman who plays Lois, whose name I'm forgetting right now, is maybe the best live action Lois I've ever seen.
It's Madeline Klein.
It's Madeline Kahn. Was he when we interviewed him? Was that before or after he had gotten that? I know that.
It was before, I think, because he came in with Alexandra.
I know, it was that romantic comedy, but I wasn't sure if he had booked it already.
I don't think so, but I don't know. Somebody tell us.
I liked that guy. He was really nice.
He was awesome.
She was nice too, but he was the more outgoing of the two of them when they both came in.
Maybe he had, because otherwise, why would I have known him?
Not sure. Anyway, Derek says, I'm hoping DC and Lucasfilm get it together. I really want my love of these franchises again. I feel like you're gonna. But I understand going in skeptical. Free pancakes, where? Give me some. Do y'all think Moana 2 will hit $1 billion? I think it has the potential to hit $1 billion. I don't know if it will hit $1 billion, but it's got potential. Roxy, what do you think?
Just me always sidetracking us. I just watched The Rock post this video of him when he was filming Moana 2, and he goes up to this bus and this kid is like, I'm your biggest fan, and then just like a kid does, just starts bawling his eyes out, and The Rock's like helping him through it.
Oh, that's cool.
Really cute. But yeah, I think that Moana 2 really could make like all of the money. I think that this movie's gonna be really good. It has all the right pieces. I am obsessed with the first Moana. This is a 4 quadrant film, whatever they call it. So yeah, if I was a betting woman, I would say yes.
What do you think?
Did the first one do okay? Or
the first one did very well. It didn't make $1 billion.
My daughter was obsessed with it. I wonder. I mean, it's probably got the. Hopefully, they did like what they did with the Toy Story, since it took so long. Is that they really focused on a good script, and then
it was supposed to be. This was supposed to go digital. This was supposed to be digital, and Bob.
Really?
Yeah. Well, and then Bob Iger goes, "What are you guys doing? Why are we doing this?" Is when he came back. He said, "Why are we doing this as this is Moana? Like, what are you doing? Put it as a theatrical." And then they took what they were supposed to do theatrically, and they digitally, and they made it theatrical. Yeah. So, I think it is an opportunity. I mean, it's going to be. People are going to want to go see it. And as Roxy said, if it's really good, then it's got a shot. Yeah. Derek Johnson, Deadpool sequel probably won't happen until after Secret Wars and a new X-Men is established. Take all my money, even if it is a cash grab. If they stay away from the multiverse and they make it more of an X-Men related thing, then sure.
And new X-Men are established, but you're not speaking specifically on Deadpool and Wolverine, or you think that there will be a new Deadpool Wolverine before we have a Deadpool Wolverine?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I think that would be a good, what Derek's saying there, I think would be a good way to do it, right? Like start having the X-Men movies first and then put another Deadpool and Wolverine. But
as their X-Men, or
that's a good call. Wait, but that's the confusing thing, right? Is that, are they going to set up, because then does that mean that Hugh Jackman is going to be the MCU's Wolverine? Right. Yeah, that's true. So I don't know how that's going to work. It's all confusing.
We don't have to know how.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Alexander Wilson. I thought Marvel was going to move to the X-Men and Fantastic Four era after Secret Wars. They hired a writer for live action X-Men earlier this year. And that adds to the confusion. It's like, that's why. Is it going to do they do Deadpool and Wolverine first and then start doing those movies? So I think we're going to get more answers after Secret Wars. Right, Brett?
100%. All the answers will be answered.
Yeah. What was that new movie that you just saw? Was it Spider Catch?
Yeah, the Cry of the Spider Catch.
Oh, that's what it's Cry of. Okay.
That was unfortunately not Madeline Klein.
No, it was Pierce Bronson. What's his name? Bronson Pinchot. And Bronson Pinchot.
Yeah, and Bronson Pinchot.
Yeah.
And who I'm glad is back. I mean,
me
it's
too.
been a long time.
It's been a while.
Since what was that show?
Beverly Hills Cop 4 just came out.
Yeah,
Right.
Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of what launched him to do this one, and it's good to see him doing like an independent film, and really digging, sinking his teeth into a nice meaty role like this. And it's pretty sad. I bawled my eyes out. Oh God, I was dying in this one. But I check it out and see what you think, and like and subscribe and hit the bell.
Yeah, hit the bell. Just keep hitting it. All right, Alexandra Wilson. I thought Marvel was going to move to the X-Men. He said that already. Next one. And
also, don't keep hitting the bell, because then you'll unhit the bell.
Oh, that's right.
Only hit it once.
It's one time. Ring it.
One time, hit the bell. One time. The
yes, Kristian.
The grundle will smell. Bad, sinister McCall. Roxy.
Do women have grundles?
I'm excited for your Terrifier 2 reaction.
Yeah.
Is it brutal? Yes, I don't want
I still think that the first one's more brutal because of there's one specific scene, but there is a scene in Terrifier 2 that was so gnarly. You guys haven't seen my reaction yet, but you know the scene I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. I can't even believe that we're allowed to watch it.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to see it.
The third one, people are puking in the theater.
I don't want to do that. It's stupid. El Baba Yaga. Go Yankees Subway Series all the way. Well, I mean, the Mets definitely beat the Dodgers yesterday. That was good. I was excited to see that because they got their asses handed to them the other day, but they came back and they beat up on the Dodgers a little bit, so that was good. I would love for a Subway Series to happen the first time that I get back here. It'd be really great. More options to go see the games. Yeah, Roxy, you're excited about potential Subway Series, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And you'll actually agree with us, I believe. One of Roka's friends said this. He's a New Yorker, and he said that if the Mets were to beat the Yankees, it's even worse than when the Red Sox beat the Yankees to win the World Series after that big drought. I was like, that's crazy talk.
That's absolutely
crazy talk. Absolute crazy talk. I was like, no. The way that I equated it was that it's essentially if the Mets were to beat the Yankees, it's like if the big brother that kept pushing you around, you get that one win. You get that one win over him that you can go, I got you that time. That's all that is. The Red Sox winning.
I don't get where they're coming from.
No, I don't know. But the Red Sox winning are like when the bad guys win. When the bad guys win, that's.
It didn't feel like that for me, but I hear you.
Yeah, that's when the bad guys win. They invade, and
that's
then
what everybody thinks about all Boston sports. It's so wild.
It's the worst.
They're the worst. They're the worst people.
You said wild. I hate it.
I forgot. Kristian, though, I really pull up old videos. I've never stopped saying wild.
You just started saying it recently. Okay.
No, I haven't, and I should be exempt from your stupid wild rule.
No. Gopai Sam Hadaran, who says Puck was on the season with Pedro, who was HIV positive, ultimately died. Yes, I remember Pedro. I remember passing. He was on. I remember him being on that for sure. Joey Pedros, who would you like to see direct a DCU Batman? Well, right now it's set for Andy Muschietti, but I don't know. I think he's going to do it. I think James Gunn is loyal. I don't think James Gunn goes back and says, "Well, I'm getting all this studio pressure now to take you off of it. I got to take you off." I think Muschietti does it, so I don't even know if it's worth even thinking about it. But you got somebody you have in mind?
And I think Muschietti will do a really good job. Yeah. I like him a lot.
Yeah. Pete Parker, 2288. Roka killed me yesterday saying he's been calling his guy friends the C word lately. Also, last Tuesday's show was one of my favorite. Angry Mike is great. Yeah. Angry Mike, that's just Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Mike.
Yeah, he's great.
I miss doing things with him. I haven't hosted anything with him in so many years now.
Yeah, see what you're saying? Did you hear what you're saying, Brett?
Too.
Oh, see, covered that up quick. Mike Joyce, do you have any sports teams players that you hate? Yes, I hate the Red Sox. I hate the Cowboys, probably more than the Patriots. And it was nice to see.
Yes, for players, bro.
He said sports teams and players.
I don't know.
Yes.
Because you mumbled.
Yeah. Try to enunciate a little bit more, Kristian, and
all right.
maybe people will ask more questions.
Not a player, but a coach. Bill Belichick is the worst. He's a cheater. And then also, it's a Tuvo, whatever his name is, from the Astros. That
Who's
little
the one that
cheating
fought dogs?
bastard.
That
Michael Vick. He didn't fight the dogs. He watched the dogs fight.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
Good
What?
job, Brett.
Yeah. Roxy, do you have any?
I mean, I couldn't stand the decision. It's like skewed my opinion of LeBron forever.
Yeah.
That was
He's taking his talents to Miami.
That I just like that, but obviously it's completely changed since then. Kyrie, Kyrie is the worst to me. I hate Kyrie.
Yeah.
Hate's the wrong word, but
can't stand.
Obvious. Yeah, really. First of all, he's a flat earther. Second of all, he came for my people.
No. All right, well that makes sense.
Not into him. Third of all, he was signed by Kanye, so just Kyrie's not for me. I have a lot of athletes I don't like, but a lot of them that I love.
Okay. Well, Pete Parker 2288 asked the best question of the day. He said, "KH, is the guy still blowing up the bathroom?" There's a guy here. Brett, I don't know if you knew it. Yesterday I walked in and I said, I've never wanted anybody from an office building that I ever worked in to listen to my show more than this particular person. There's this one guy just whatever it is, every day, you go in there and there's literally a Lysol can there. He never sprays it after he's done. He leaves a water bottle. And just
okay.
Right? Yeah, he just left a water bottle every time.
They all share a bathroom.
Who drinks a water when they're taking a shit and then sets
and
it
leaves
down?
it. He leaves a water bottle. He's been doing it since you were there in May. He comes in. He goes to the bathroom, and there's a hallway bathroom locks up here and then down on the down level also. But he always leaves a half drank water bottle, and he never sprays. And so yes, the answer is he's still blowing up the bathroom.
Oh, who's that guy who said that women should be in the kitchen, shouldn't get degrees?
Who's that?
Recent. You guys. No, I'm talking about that.
No, men in the 50s.
Yeah, everybody. The whole cast of Mad Men.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers be doing crazy stuff recently too. Okay. But no, it was who was it? Somebody tell me in the chat. Well, I won't see it, but tell Kristian.
All right, let me know.
Who is the guy? He gave that speech. It's like a college graduation speech, and he was like,
Ray Charles.
What?
No, this is one of his songs.
You guys don't remember what I'm talking about? You didn't listen to that speech. It was amazing.
I don't think so. But Joey Pedras says, will you be doing a Smile 2 review? Yes, I'm going to see it tonight. So I'm going to do an out of the theater reaction tonight. I will have a Smile 2 review up probably tomorrow, but so as soon as this show is over, my Smile 1 reaction, my first time I've ever watched it with my friend Tina, will be up. So please, I'd love to push everybody over there to go see it. And Luke, if you're watching, you can throw the unlisted, not the unlisted link, but the link where it'll be. We'll put it in
Harrison
the chat.
Bucker.
Oh,
thank you.
Aaron, I worked at a local video rental store. What do you guys miss about video rental stores? I miss recommending movies to watch. I feel like you would love Taskmaster. 18 seasons isn't nothing. He has recommended that to me many times over. And on Greg's show, I talked about my friend Brian Cascia, whose dad owned a video store before Blockbuster kind of took over, but it was always an event. You go there and you rent and you want to see, and you're like, there was something to it. Look, the hassle of them, you're looking forward to seeing that movie all week, and then it's not there and you can't see it and you got to pick something else. But there's also something cool about that. You got to find something. I think there's a reason why more movies got discovered, because you had to choose something else. Like now, you can get anything you want. There's no those movies that we used to discover by accident, like Just One of the Guys and movies like that just popped up. You're like, those movies you don't get a chance to. They're Netflix movies now. You don't get a chance.
I don't think more movies got discovered because there's recommended stuff. But
absolutely. Are you kidding?
I watch more movies now than I ever watched. So more things are getting discovered. Yeah. Most people do. But I hear what you're saying. I was obsessed with going to not only just. I had multiple stores that I would go to. Blockbuster, of course, but then there was a place called West Coast Video that was by my house that I loved. And then there was a place called Pick-a-Flick that I was would drive to. And it was all about which store are we going to go to? How many rentals do we have from that place? It was such an event. My brother and I would be in the car ride, kicking and screaming, fighting each other over what we were gonna, because you had 3 rentals you were allowed for the week, and it was like, I wanted this one, he wanted this one. How are we going to decide on the third? Who gets the third? It was so great. Like, I loved going to the video store, and sometimes our parents would let us walk there by ourselves. We'd walk to the video store, get a bag of Skittles, come back with these VHSs. Like, it was just the best. It was the best.
Yeah, I agree with all that, and I do agree with Kristian though. But because you didn't at home, you will go away from a movie and just watch a TV show. You didn't leave that video store without a video because something. That was your event for the night.
What's that? I've been seeing that picture forever. I don't know what that is. Okay, Mike Joyce, what are some guilty pleasures that you have right now? Mine's Crumble. I don't have the time to have guilty pleasures. I hate that answer.
I don't think I've ever tried Crumble still. People love it.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for it, unfortunately, because I don't really. It's pretty. I don't really have one right now, to be honest.
If my wife found out that I get Snickers ice cream bars as much as I do, I would be kicked out of the house. That is I stop at the gas station, I get an energy drink and one of those, and it's getting bad, guys. It's getting
Is guilty pleasure, does pizza count? Not really.
Yeah.
Oh, it does then, I guess so. Darian Harmon. You know when I first realized that you were an awesome person, Roxy? It was when Joe Starr called himself stupid and you stopped the conversation to tell him that it's not okay for him to say that. When was that?
I don't remember, but that does sound like me. I don't like when my friends call themselves stupid. Because I don't have any stupid friends. Nice. I love Joe Starr. Talk about somebody I miss working with. Joe Starr's the best. Such a good dude, and not stupid.
Well, there you go. So then that person gave you a nice compliment.
Thank you.
Mirjam Serenity Moon, do you guys read or watch The Neverending Story? Oh, yeah. Neverending Story is one of my favorites. I was going to...
Oh, yeah.
I had my little one watch it before, and she liked it, but then I tried to get her to watch it again this weekend. She didn't want to watch it. I realized with her, I can't recommend something. I just have to start watching it, and then she'll climb on the couch and watch it with me. But I love that movie. It's a great movie. You love it too, Roxy, right? You please tell me you've seen The Neverending Story. Okay.
Tearjerker.
Absolutely.
Mirjam follows up and says, it makes me giggle. The My Old Ass clip, Roxy. Yeah, that's one of our best clips.
I watch it sometimes.
It's hilarious. Did you see it, Brett?
Yeah.
Oh, it was the best.
The way that Kristian just like spit takes, it's so good.
That was the best. It was
so
the way that you, and it's the way you followed it up, where you're like, I heard it. It was so good. Ralph,
I seriously, like, when I'm like feeling whatever, I'll go through my thing and I'll rewatch.
It's amazing.
The clip
and the clip did pretty well too. Ralphie King, the reason they aren't and shouldn't do Young Avengers is because every character has the exact same personality. I think, the Young Avengers right now is just not something that I think is. You got to build up to it. You can't just push things out. You got to build up to it, and they haven't earned it yet.
You got to start with the baby Avengers and then work your way,
like the Muppet Babies.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Come on.
Cash
Jacob,
grab.
Yeah, cash grab. Jacob Tizano. If anyone ever wonders why the 17+ rule for R-rated movie exists, I had someone come in who was 18 to 19 crying because he forgot his ID and he couldn't see Terrifier.
Ooh,
that's crazy.
Wait, that's why what exists?
So if anyone ever wonders why the 17+ rule exists for the R-rated movies, he had someone come in who was 18 to 19 crying because he didn't have his ID and couldn't see Terrifier. They were IDing people, so that's why it exists. Like you had to check your ID past 17.
Wow.
But I don't get why he's saying it exists.
Because it's essentially like it's like you have to ID people. You got to in order to see it.
What do you mean? Why does that?
I get what you're saying, Rox, but let's just let it
go. I think you're reading too much into it.
It doesn't. It isn't a justification. The fact that they check is not a justification.
Right.
Yeah.
Derek Johnson.
Having a grammar issue here.
Yeah.
Let's just rake the guy over the coals for how he wrote that.
Thank you for your support. Who was that from?
Yeah.
That particular one that you just destroyed, that guy, that was Jacob.
Yeah. Send in $20 and apologize to us, Jacob.
Yeah.
Send in your support so that I can rake you over the coals.
Apologize for making us think.
Yeah, Roxy really needs you to help her beat Rokas. So and throw some more in so she can insult you every time you throw one in there.
Yeah.
Derek Johnson.
I don't. The next asshole. What do we got? Boom. Favorite Marvel
strategy is off here. I do agree.
My strategy is off. And as you just stopped, you're almost at 60 and just stopped at 57. I don't think a lot of people hate the movie. It was just not what people were expecting. I expected to see Joker, not Joker adjacent, with poor musicals. We saw that already on the Gotham show.
You're wrong. Next.
No, the Gotham show, Roxy, you watched some of it. You thought it was horrible, that show. Yeah, you thought, I think you thought it was horrible.
Oh.
No, I love it.
Oh, you do love it.
It's not good, but I loved
okay.
it.
Okay.
And I don't agree with this comment either, actually. A lot of people did hate the Joker movie. He said, I don't think people hated the Joker movie. I don't think
the first one? There was a lot of people who didn't. I am not one of those people.
No, the second one.
Second one. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people who don't like this one. Mad Sinister McCall. I want to see Matt Serra in the Octagon with Todd Phelps more than I want Joker 2. What online critic do you agree with the most? My pick. Yeah, right. I actually have always seen a lot of times Jeremy Johns and I have been on the same page for probably more than less. He and I usually.
The person I disagree with the most actually is Perry. Perry and I are never on the same page about any movie.
Yeah, Bibiani and I probably are never on the same page, or at least not necessarily never, but a lot of times not at the same page. So yeah, those are the two.
I don't know who mine is.
Yeah. Now I don't know if this is a joke or this is a newer viewer. Mirjam Serenity Moon says, "Do you guys watch the Katie Sackhoff podcast? It's awesome." And I don't know if it probably might be a new viewer. Well, I helped create that show, and then it was blah 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 at one point. And then Katie turned into Katie Sackhoff podcast, and she's been doing great. And I talked to her last week, so yeah, she's doing really really good with that show. I'm glad. I'm happy.
That's a funny comment.
It is. I don't know if she was kidding, if Mirjam was kidding or new to the show. I think Mirjam is a newer viewer, so maybe not.
Welcome, Mirjam.
Yeah. Evil John Madden. Roxy, has Aaron forgiven you for being mean to him and jumping all over him because his lady friend sat in the car where she should have been? What is that? What's happening?
I can tell you, but it will take up the next 15 minutes.
Oh, no. Can you give me a condensed version?
Yeah, what that person said is absolutely not what happened. Here is the condensed version that people are just like so OD about. Aaron and I are friends. Aaron's a host at Real Rejects.
Okay.
Aaron Alexander, he's awesome.
Who's that?
He's very tall, big black dude.
Oh, yeah, I know Aaron. I was going to say, yeah, I know Aaron. Aaron's great. Aaron's great too.
Yeah, Aaron's awesome.
Yeah.
We got into it on air because on air, he told everybody that it was 110 degrees. Mm-hmm. A woman waiting in his car for him who had flown out to see him and didn't invite her into the green room. Oh. So I came on air and said, that's not how we treat women. Like, she should not be waiting in your car. Yeah. Because he had aired it out on air. I only knew about it because he said it on air.
Right.
People were upset with me because they said that I aired out his tea on air. But I didn't. He did. I responded and it's actually so much worse than it got. And I'm not going to where's the guy because I love him.
Yeah.
But it is so much worse than actually was presented. And Aaron apologized to me afterwards. And I said, you don't need to apologize to me. You and I are cool. I don't think that's how we should treat women or people. And yeah, him and I have been cool since it happened, since that night. But
now I want to watch that reaction. What reaction was that?
Yeah, no kidding.
It wasn't a reaction. It was Greg's birthday stream.
Oh, okay.
Do you think she wasn't putting out? Do you think that was?
I know what happened. But I don't out people on air for things they didn't say on air. So I'm not going to say what happened. But the point is, I only responded to what I learned because he said it on air, and people were like, how are you going to air out his tea? And I was like, what? I just found out when you guys found out. Well, so weird. The people live and the women were like, Roxy, thank you so much for saying something. Because he also was like, there was a woman flirting with him, a fan in the thing, and he had responded to the woman, he thought in jest, but it was not. It was just like not a great look.
I don't.
So
I'm so.
Long
I'm
story
so
short,
glad
a lot of people were like, "Thank you for doing that." And then afterwards, this like, so many men were like, "Roxy's a piece of shit. How dare she step to him?" And it's been like months of this now, or a month and a half of people being on every video. You need to apologize to Aaron, and it's like the funniest part is every one of the rejects had my back. Aaron apologized to me. Yeah. So that's
there you go.
how went down.
Well, so Evil John Madden just didn't get the facts straight. Alexander, he is evil, John Madden. Alexander Wilson, I watched Magnolia Pictures movie Thelma starring June Squibb and the last appearance of Richard Roundtree. Go watch it. It's a top 10 movie of 2024. I can't wait for all the movies that are built. This is my favorite time. All the quality stuff is starting to come out now, so I'm excited to
so
see
much
it.
good stuff.
Yeah. JMH6611. This is crazy, Roxy. So they said, I got to support Roxy. Who's excited for Shrinking Season 2 tomorrow? The promotion on this show has been awful.
Tomorrow?
Right. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's
What?
tomorrow. That the fact that you don't know that it's coming out tomorrow is crazy. Like who's promoting? What is Apple doing?
That is so weird.
It's
I
bad.
have no idea.
That's bad. Okay, next one here is Armada, who says, hey, has Roxy heard of the show Teacup on Peacock?
Yes, I have.
Any
Greg
good?
just interviewed the creator director of it, Kevin, which you can check out his interview now. And that's how I heard of it. And people are loving this. This is a horror-ish spooky season show. So I'm going to watch it.
All right, here's a good one. Mad Sinister McCall says, you have 4 choices. You got to choose one. Watch The Waltons, Little Outhouse on the Prairie, Polar Express, or jump in front of a semi-truck. He chooses a semi-truck. I would say Polar Express.
Yeah, I like Polar Express.
It's a good Christmas
creepy,
movie.
But
it's creepy. It's a good Christmas movie, though.
Yeah.
It was creepy. I don't remember it well.
Yeah, just because it's creepy in back then when it came out, it was like the CGI. It's very, very, very noticeable. Derek Johnson, love the show, guys. Thank you, Derek. You're the best. Glad Brett is back. He always makes you laugh. And Roxy, always glad to see your beautiful face pop up. Oh, very nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're a piece of shit. Telling that guy that he shouldn't leave a woman in a hot car.
Evil John Madden following it up. Christian, you and Matt should try a live watch along during a UFC pay-per-view when he doesn't have to be there to corner a fighter. Could be fun. Yeah, just imagine. It would actually, I mean, something during his, to do a watch along for a UFC with him on his channel is something that I've actually thought about. So it might be something we can do. You guys aren't, I mean, Roxy, I forget, you were a UFC fan, weren't you? For a little bit? Steph was. Okay, so Frankie Edgar was one of the greatest lightweights ever. I loved Frankie Edgar. Matt had him on the show. We were talking Van Damme movies. That just went up today, so it was a good one. Cool. Derek Johnson, I'll help push up some of the numbers. Thank you. 59. Roxy, you got a shot. It's gonna be tough, but it's a shot. And now
let's go.
We're trying. We're at you're 59 currently at the moment. And Nick Alexander says, I started watching The Bear last week. Season 1 finale wrecked me. I watched Fishes last night. Italian Christmas Eve is just like this. Anyone rate some of the family chaos in this? Anyone else relate to some of the family chaos in the show? Absolutely. Yeah, that episode, the Fishes last night, is probably one of the best episodes of television ever, I would say.
But I like Forks even better.
See, people say that. And that was the episode that right afterwards with Cousin.
Fishes is more popular, but Forks connected with me more.
Forks is like the evolution, really changed the whole trajectory of Cousin. It was which is a very, very monumental episode of the season. So I understand why people love it so much. I just thought that it was that Fishes was like a short
Fishes
film.
Is brilliant.
Fishes
is
short
it's
film.
The best back-to-back 1-2 punch of any show ever.
So good. Thoughts on Chad Stahelski's reshooting most of Ballerina without Len Weissman being present? He hated the original cut. Highlander most likely delayed. Okay.
I didn't read that.
I didn't read that. So this is what I will tell you. If that is true, and Roxy, you're probably doing the research right now on it.
Yeah.
If that's true, I love this because it shows me 2 things. It shows me, 1, that Chad Stahelski is actually going to be more the director on this than he should have been in the first place. And it shows me, 2, that he's got good taste because I don't like Len Weissman's stuff at all. Never liked Len Weissman's stuff. And I was bummed that Len Weissman was even doing this movie in the first place. So that is very, very interesting.
I'm reading from Joe Blow right now. It says new claims say John Wick's Chad Stahelski reshot most of Ballerina without the original director Len Weissman present.
I love this.
Seems like this is breaking in the last hours.
I love this.
They gave them the term new shoots. They're new shooting for Ballerina.
Yeah, and I think they changed the whole thing because I think they realized that it wasn't good, and good for him. It means he knows exactly. He didn't want to taint the franchise. Okay, so here is the next one. This is from the Dart 005. Has Big Balls been canceled? What did he do? Miss him.
You tell me, Roxy, have I been canceled? Don't give me that look. Don't you do it. You're going to lock me in a car and get me hot. Come on, lock me
Scott
in.
is going to do Highlander, but cleaning up Ballerina
don't ignore
pushed
me.
him by 5 months for sure.
You can't. I'm here. I'm in your ear. I'm present.
Unfortunately, this isn't an isolated incident from the studio Lionsgate, as the film Borderlands would also bring in Deadpool director Tim Miller to take over a lot of duties from former director Eli Roth.
You said duty.
Perfect. You just ignore him now, huh?
Just barrels through it. Love it.
Should
Love it.
just ignore him. You know who loves Big Balls? Steph.
The little one.
Steph.
Oh, Steph. Oh,
Steph loves Big Balls. Yeah.
So good for her.
Mearsome Serenity Moon. I love Superman and Lois. A lot of people do. Roxy, you're 10 away from beating Roka. 63.
what?
Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know.
Evil John Madden. Hey, Brett. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen a grown man naked? Have you ever hung around a gymnasium? Brett, have you ever been to a Turkish prison? Roxy, what movie is that from?
I don't know.
Come on, Brett.
Oh, I know. Airplane.
Yeah. Maisie's World. Did you see the trailer for the John Williams doc? No, I didn't.
No, I didn't either.
No, I want to. I'll watch
Yeah,
that.
me too.
For sure. Let's see. Thank you, Susan. And then Todd Lane. Is it true that Madeline Klein is now dating Big Balls?
Oh,
Is it? Is it true? Wet hair? My wet hair vixen. Come on. Oh, do you flip the hair again? Come on, do it for me. Oh, there you go. Come on. Come on. You're a tease. You're just a tease.
All right. Thank you, Big Balls. Well, it is what it is. Okay. So next one. Cooley, all right. Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Man, I remember when Brett went on this epic rant when he was on the Schmoes. Brett, what would be something you would like to rant about? All be easy. Also, thank you for being awesome. Brett?
I try not to rant anymore.
No, I like it. I like this version of you better.
It was bad on the heart.
Yeah, it's too stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would get. There's plenty of things I would like to.
Yeah, right, but
I
you don't
can't
need-
think of them right off the bat. But
We laugh
Yeah.
more. You know, it's funny that someone said that the other day, and I can't remember if it was in the comments. I think it was in the comments. They said that they could totally see that it was a back and forth between people in the comments saying that you could see this is the best version of the show since early Schmoes. Better than anything else that we've ever done. Better than Claire Live. Better than all this stuff.
Is that how you feel?
Me, 100%. Oh, I do 100%. And they said that the New York move was actually better for the show. Has improved the quality of the show, which I agree. Your camera looks much better today, Roxy.
I'm so happy they feel that way. I can't stand not being in the room with you guys.
I know. I understand. But we can, that's one of the things too. But I mean, it's because of the technology and the way this works and the way that the setup has been, the back and forth has been pretty much like we are sitting in the room.
I completely agree. Like,
Yeah.
and actually, when I watch back our stuff, which I
Yeah.
do all the time, because I'm a vain bitch, I really think that it looks awesome, sounds awesome. Like, I think that it doesn't affect the show.
Yeah, but I understand what you're
just
saying.
miss being in the room with you
Me
guys.
too.
Yeah.
I agree. But I think the laughs are there and everything else is there. People are digging what it was, and I give so much credit to both PLD and Luke from Galaxy Geeks. That freaking he's getting a Christmas gift. I'll tell you that. Like,
What are you gonna get him?
I don't know, something. He has helped this channel out more than you could possibly imagine. Like, he helps me out with so many different things, and he's
I want a Christmas gift.
nah. All right. So Derek Johnson says, I asked this of Roka and Kristian already. What are Roxy and Brett's go-to slurs? Like curse, like fuckface.
yeah, slurs.
Yeah. I said I
Slur
like
is something
not
else.
slurs, but I think curse.
I know
words.
Roxy's is the N word, and I don't know about me. I would personally never use it.
Well, that was like the most set us up for failure question.
I know.
Yeah.
True. No, but curse
Spoiler
word.
alert, I don't have a go-to
Curse
slur.
word. Curse word.
I do use.
Say, it's a safe space. Say whatever you want. It's a safe
Yeah.
space. Say whatever you want.
Come on, you can say it.
It's the internet. They'll be fine. They'll be happy with it.
Yeah, don't worry.
I do.
Say it.
Obviously, the F
Say
word
it.
people use all the time, but I don't want to get Kristian demonetized. But I
Yeah.
do use the same word that Roka has been using. I use that
the
word
C
all
word.
the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used it today.
Oh, good for you. Okay.
That's a good one.
All right.
Cancel.
67 thus far. So
What's your go-to slur?
It's pretty funny. Armada, we live in time or my old ass?
That was the question.
Yeah.
Listen, like, I don't know. My old ass, when I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is my favorite movie of the year so far. I love this. We Live in Time, since I saw it 48 hours ago, I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
So it's hard right now.
I like the way that it's shot and put together and edited also too. It's like it's not confusing. I thought maybe it might be, but it's not at all.
No, and they on purpose, like with that second whatever.
Yeah. Leah Hanley, just because of super sticker. Thank you, Leah. Jacob Tizano. Damn you, Roxy. Hard to fit into one message. Was trying to say that even though he was old enough, some people aren't mature enough to see rated R for the the guy that
still doesn't make sense.
He was the kid that was crying. He said he was crying.
He was 19.
Hey, can you hear the people? Can I just tell them that maybe they could talk a little louder outside the door of the podcast here?
Let me see if I hear him. Hold on. Wait, I can't hear it.
Oh, you can't. Okay.
Nah.
It's driving me crazy.
No, I can't hear it. So if it's bothering you, that's up to you. But it's not.
Well, yesterday I was doing a show and somebody comes in, and then today somebody comes. It's like with this door shut.
Yeah,
let me come in here.
Halajda. Roxy, the other week you mentioned you signed up for Letterboxd. Are you going to keep it? Would like to give you a follow if you're comfortable with giving out your handle.
I didn't even know I had a handle.
Oh, so
I yesterday for 20 minutes, I have a friend named Jess Lucero who's on Letterboxd. She was like, I tried to follow her. I can't figure out how to follow anybody. I don't know how this thing works. I'm adding to my lists.
I don't need to do more apps.
I have 2 lists going. Movies I've seen in 2024 and TV shows I've seen in 2024.
Oh, wow.
If you would like to follow me, I'm sure it's my name.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm happy to have. I don't know if anybody follows me. I don't know how this works. And
You'll
I
figure it
certainly
out.
don't know how to follow you.
Well, Mearsum says, I'm watching Hacks now. People love that show.
So good.
Yeah.
Excellent show. Emmy winning.
Patty Boy. Thoughts on Longlegs getting theatrical re-release? I didn't know that. Makes sense if they can make a little bit more money on it. Why not? I thought it was fine. I liked it up until the ending. So
I like that movie. I don't feel like it needs to be seen in theaters.
Again, yeah, I agree.
I keep seeing clips of it. It's that creepy.
Yeah, it's with Nicolas Cage, but I didn't know he was in it for an hour after watching it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Todd Lane, do you guys find it strange that Brett did not know about Shrinking Season 2 dropping since he has so many connections in the entertainment industry? Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I think he did know, and he wasn't telling us.
He didn't want to brag.
Yeah, I think
that's
that was.
What I think too.
Yeah.
Kristian, what's our number?
Yeah, it's 68.
68.
Patty Boy, I love Brett's beautiful face and his film insights. Me too. Mike Joyce, Team Big Balls, no cap. People love big balls.
Good for you guys. So happy for you.
Yeah, you don't. She wouldn't even acknowledge him anymore. Mad Sinister McCall, favorite horror final girl? Sienna Shaw for me. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis. Come on, she's the GOAT. Anybody else?
I don't know who my favorite is. I'm just getting into all these horror movies and loving it, but I don't know who my favorite is.
The Dart 005. This is for Roxy. An extra $2 for the Better Help Fund after Big Balls has returned.
Thank you.
There we go.
Have you ever talked to your person about Big Balls at Better Help?
No.
Top Dog Greg. I'm in a call, so watching you guys without volume, but it looks like you're having a great time and you all look great, especially Brett. What a hunk. Oh, look at that.
That's a funny way to watch us.
I like that. I would make sense. I would watch us with the volume off if it was me. Armada. What does drunk Brett think of My Old Ass movie? Brett?
I'll tell you this much. Too many broads in it. That's weird.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There are a lot of broads.
A lot of broads. Mike Joyce.
I thought my old. Now I'm not even getting. Sorry, just to derail this.
Sure, go ahead.
My Old Ass. I thought Roxy. Is there a movie called?
Yes, that's the whole point.
Oh, because I thought you were just saying My Old Ass.
No, that was the whole point. No, it's the name of the movie. She said the main guy in My Old Ass. That's what she was talking about, and that's why I lost my mind when she said it.
Wait, Brett, what?
I thought it was your dating. I thought it was a dating.
I did too. Well, let me hold on a second, Roxy. Here's the thing. So this is the dilemma that we're in at the moment. We are 2 minutes away from the end of the show.
Oh boy,
you're at 70 right now.
Yeah, but we're not allowed to extend. That's cheating.
No, it's not true. If it goes longer, it goes longer. It's a matter of your schedule. That's what I said to somebody the other day. Somebody the other day was like, "Well, you don't care about Roxy's TV picks." I was like, "You have to understand that Roxy has a very tight out on these things."
Yeah, I am usually very, very tight, but today I have 15 more minutes.
Oh, you do, right? Brett, you
I
got
have 15.
Brett, you got 15 more minutes.
We're going to use all 15, but I still have 15 full minutes.
All right. Well, while we're still waiting for right now, we're at 70. So if you hit those three, you hit those three. But in the interim, Brett, you have a lot of stuff going on with your show, with your channel, and the stuff you got going on right now. What's happening over there?
Well, yeah, I mean, we just, there's, I've got really exciting news and stuff like that, but about something that's coming up, but I can't really talk about it.
Oh, perfect.
But today you can please go over to Everything's a Game on the Above Board TV website. I am being more participant-y-ish in the show now that I know because I do tech the show from this little area. You see me, but I'm playing these games, and it's really fun. We just play these kind of like Roxy used to do, these arbitrary games where people get points just because whoever's being the game master will give it to them. It's not right or wrong. It's just fun. And look out for the Wasteland weekend car build stuff. That's the thing I'm really excited about.
You're getting so good, Brady.
Thank you. I helped build a car. I helped I know parts of an engine now.
I want to know what the good news was.
Oh, you'll see.
Okay,
You'll see. It'll be fun.
When am I gonna see?
Hopefully in the next month or so.
We'll see.
Got a lot of backlog. Got a lot of footage to go through.
And just a reminder to people also, like I mentioned, Wicked Art has been so much time and effort into that, Capes and Cowls. So go and check it out. Become a member today and have access to it. Put some questions in there. I saw some people asking about the Down to Earth UAP Tuesday episode. That's what I'm recording when I get off the air here. One thing to the next, and I'm going to jump on a train and go see Smile 2. But Roxy, how about you? What do you got going on?
For life?
You know what's crazy? Your hair right now looks short. Have you ever had no, don't touch it. Have you ever had hair that short before?
When I was a kid.
Oh yeah, you'd look good with the little
the little bob. Yeah, cut it, Rox, cut it.
No,
but I like the long hair too.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
I will cut it at some point, but not yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, it looks good
it's
like
really
that.
long. Now you're probably in that space where it's like, oh, I'd have to do that again.
Oh, Roxy, you hit 72. And then so Haskell 420, Netflix series.
72 Actifu.
Netflix series The Cage from Ed Haskell. November 8th. It's akin to Rocky. MMA champ picks a local guy to fight. GSP and John Jones are in it. Maybe you and Sarah do a trailer reaction. That'd be a pretty good one to check out with him for sure. Maybe put it on his channel. Todd Lane. Hey, Roxy. I know you love Brett and Kristian. How much do you really hate big balls?
Like when I go back, it's so funny because everybody's just like, "Oh my God, Roxy's such a snowflake. She's so bothered." I don't care at all. So I don't hate. It's just he's not. It's not my brand of humor.
Take me to the dance.
Just let him live.
Take me to the dance.
And here I am.
Stints.
Yeah, the fact that I applaud Roxy because she doesn't get all butthurt about it. She just barrels through it, and that's the only way to deal with something that annoys you. Yeah, how don't call her a snowflake. That's rude.
It's very rude.
Yeah.
Mike Joyce says, FYI, Roxy letterboxed on computer or a letterboxed app.
Yeah, but how is that realistic for my life? First of all, you guys all know my computer's on its last legs. I literally held up the show today because Kristian sent me the link to the show. I clicked on it and it shut down my computer. So I can't be on Letterboxd on my computer. Second of all, the whole point is after I go see a movie, I just want to log it. I don't have my computer with me. I think that there should be a competitor to Letterboxd. If they ever sponsor me one day, I'll take this back. But like the app is not well. It's not a good design.
Like it's sick.
Yeah, it's sickly, and it doesn't do television well, which is my thing that I care about.
Yes.
Some of you guys have slid in my DMs since the show and been like, here are multiple apps that do television well. But I appreciate that, but nobody's on those, so what's the point of them? Right. I might as well use my notepad, which I use.
Is it because Letterboxd it doesn't monetize in any way, and so nobody's really not much upkeep? I mean, like, who's making money off of Letterboxd?
It must be somebody because they're on every carpet. Letterboxd is huge. Have you ever seen the word written out, Brett?
No.
Do you know how it's spelled?
Oh no, is it LETRBX?
No, bro. There's like a D at the end.
Letterboxed.
I've been saying letterbox. I never knew. I
did.
never looked at it. I just been saying quickly letterbox. It's not letterbox.
So you letterboxed something when you put it into your.
I let her.
Did you know that, Kristian?
No, I don't care. Evil John Madden says, Roxy, I really love you. Would you ever date a bigger, average-looking, older guy? He's available.
Yeah.
And he's from Weymouth.
Oh, yeah, Weymouth. I mean, for sure, not anybody that is like watching the show.
Right. Todd Lane says, support Team Roxy. He also follows and says, support Team Brett. And with that, Roxy, as of right now, you've beaten John Roca at 75.
Woo!
So
wow.
I love how
we haven't really sealed it with a kiss.
I love how I keep saying Roxy and giving no love to Brett at all.
That's all right.
So there is a chance that you can win this week. We'll see what next week. Tomorrow will be me by myself and then Mark Paul
It's
Gosselaar.
hard to be the Tuesday show, Kristian, because I always hope I don't win.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hope that it gets better and better every day. And now,
Yeah, but that's okay. It's 75. Look, I told people
I love it. I'm just
30.
saying,
I'm
like,
happy. 30. I'm happy with. And then so like the fact that we did that many, and now Roke is always starting the week off strong, and then he's been getting dethroned. But can Steph do it again? That's the question.
I think so. Is she Wednesday or Thursday this week?
She's Thursday this week, and Mike's with her.
Good spot.
Mike's with her though on Thursday. But then
Thursday, Steph, Mike, Thursday spot. It's looking good.
Capes and Cowls are the hardest to beat. Coy and Winston, if it wasn't for
They're
100,
Friday.
Yeah, but they almost hit 90 last week.
But Friday is tough to beat because there's a lot.
You're saying Friday is the tough one to beat. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but it's also the comic book movie show, and it's also Winston and Coy. They got people.
It's a lot of questions to be asked about that. I think that's
there's a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot, and that's what I like. I mean, that's the stuff I like the most. Is when I always obviously love when people are putting in funny ones too. But there's so many questions and different topics that we bring up. So anyway, cool. Roxy, what do you got going on? Tell us.
So many things. World Girls. You guys can find me everywhere at Roxy Stryer. I have been I'm in a yes mode right now where I'm saying yes to everything. So I am seeing so much stuff, going to so many events. I have an award show with Real Rejects. We won something that we're going to on Thursday. So follow me and I'll keep you posted on all things going on.
Okay. And then do me a favor. Text me your rate for social media.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Text me your rate.
You can't afford me, Kristian.
Oh, man.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm getting.
Bring this up again. Please go over to Above Board TV and just say that Brett sent you. Show me some love and show us some love, because I think we're putting out some good content and we're just not getting the follows and likes that we would like.
Yes, and don't leave this channel. Go to and watch the smile reaction that we just put up. I think Luke just made it public. So head on over there. Check it out.
Competing with us right now? Whoa.
Well, right now. They're supposed to go up at 3.
What is the smile thing? Is it I saw Jack Nicholson's face. Is that Jack Nicholson? No. Smile too?
Why don't you go to sleep?
It looked like
it's not Jack Nicholson. It's Naomi Scott.
That's a woman.
It's all right.
I mean, Brett, nobody on the planet knows what you're talking about.
I saw a smile too on a bench.
You certainly did not see Jack Nicholson in Smile 2 on a bench.
They said his son. His son is in it. Someone said it's his son.
Oh,
Nicholson's son.
Oh my God! Then what? I never saw the first Smile. What I just said rescinded. Everybody knows what you're talking about. And look,
what is it? Oh yeah, that's. I guess. Oh, there you go.
And it was just
okay.
his eyes.
Second one.
Like it was like his eyes down. To his mouth.
So Brett's not as crazy. So you were wrong. You were wrong, Roxy.
Corrected. I am sorry, my friend. You were way closer. The only thing I've seen is Naomi as well.
Me too. I didn't know what he was talking about either. I was with you on that, Roxy. Brett, this is what I'll say to you. How good do those walls look? How good do those walls look, Brett?
Oh, it looks great.
Looks really good.
I feel bad because I haven't been able to come out and get Sarah's show all set up.
Well, we need to do that, but we also need. The only thing I think I need is a couple more lights, a little more color on me.
Yeah.
But other than that, Pretty good. Excited. Thank you guys so much for joining us here today on the show. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, all that you can put comments on Spotify now, which is great. Make sure that if you aren't listening to us over there, please do. It helps us out tremendously. The sponsors help us out. Anything you want to do to support the show, you can. Put in comments in there, check out all the videos we have going on. So much coming, so much content. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to Roxy and Brett for being here, and we'll see you later. Bye.